Check.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have our night's match. We got our challenger, Craig Krutina, facing off against our current champ, Jim Rusnick. I'm Patrick Glenn, and joined in the booth with me is...
Adam Starkle.
What's up, Adam?
How's it going, Patrick?
Appreciate you jumping in the booth with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I don't think... Have we sat in the booth together yet? I think we have once.
Maybe, I believe so.
It was a while. It's been a while.
A couple years, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we are playing 8-ball, race to 10. We're at the Mad Apple Burgers and Billiard Company, located on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. And it looks like Jim has won the lag. He'll be breaking. And I think he's like his fourth week running. He's been playing pretty good.
I feel like he's been the current winner week to week. I keep seeing him here every Sunday.
I keep the stats on all this stuff now, so I can actually look him up here on the phone and see how many weeks it's been. I know it's been quite a few. So earlier we had some good breaks. That one kind of stuck together a little.
Ooh, that's a nasty cluster.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of that side break, though, with the make
right.
a ball or potentially, tie things up and not open the rack entirely.
The second ball break, whatever side you break from, you'll always see the cluster on that side. So if you break from the right side second ball, everything will cluster up on the right side of the table. Like if you're looking at it, there's only one ball on the left side of the table.
Yeah.
So one thing I don't like about that break, it's like a defensive break.
He does have a combo he can open with, though, the stripe to the solid, the 13 to the 4. And that's what he's going to do. Now he's playing safe, tap the 3, pocket the 13, and stick. So solids are in a pretty good position, and he's forcing his opponent right now to move the 12. But if I were playing, I would not move that 12 ball. I'd go rail first on the 13.
What's the date today?
Today, I do not know. Sorry, Patrick.
It's the 12th, okay.
It is the 12th of March.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. So today's the 12th? Yeah. So Jim's won. This is interesting. I must have messed something up here. Because I got... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Jim beat Tom Menina. And that was back on the 26th. And then he beat Art last week. So this is his third
week.
Third week here.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure I got my stuff right. All right. So back to the match. I am Patrick Glenn in the booth with Adam Starkle. And we got Jim at the table shooting solids.
I just noticed their Fargo rates are exactly the same. So
yeah.
Mathematically speaking, we could be in for a Hill 9-9 match.
And, that's the second time that's happened here on the stream where they've had the exact same Fargo rating.
They tend to be rather accurate, in my opinion. At least in the beginning. They slowly seem to be getting less accurate with time, but...
Yeah, I mean, it could go one way or the other. Like, I've seen them, where it's pretty accurate. I've also seen players that were, 70, 80 points even lower than an opponent and dominate.
Yeah.
Which is, Fargo is good to a degree. It gives you a good rough idea, but you never know.
It doesn't equate for the human element. And the human element is like, how is my day today? And
absolutely.
How am I feeling? And, so many different things go into it.
Yeah, like we had our player... our current Jester, like he played today, and he had one of his off day. He just had an off day. He wasn't shooting how he has been the past 3 weeks, and didn't work out for him.
What happened? Shane Van Boning just went out and said, "I'm doing great. I'm just in a little bit of a slump, and even the pros aren't perfect." So
yeah, and then
stop asking me to be basically,
And then he just had a crazy killer day where he just destroyed people.
Yeah.
You know.
That Z bank he made was really gross. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, on the 6 ball.
Yeah.
Yes. Saw the highlight. Pretty intense. Had a really funny sound to it when he hit it too. It was like a clink.
Yeah, Rotinky.
Yeah, it's a tink. Something in the tip or something.
This is a challenging rack. I mean, there's really not a way out of either solids or stripes at this point.
Yeah, everything's kind of tied up. I think he is calling the 14 though.
It should be just kind of shooting strategically to...
Gonna be ball in hand for Craig, our challenger. What does it say? Craig is from Kewaskum? What does it say?
Yeah, it says Kewaskum, and then James is in Rib Lake. Similar ages.
Andrew Bundy, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you. And folks, if you could do the same, please like and share. Help everyone know we're back up and running. Helps out the stream, keeps it running for free. Benefits our junior program. We'd really appreciate it. We don't ask for much, but we do ask that you like and share. Nice shot there by Craig, busting up one of his problems. Still got a few more to solve, though. That 6-7 is kind of tied up. He should be able to come into it right now. He does get a bump on the 7, which will open it up to the side.
I think the angle to the 3 for the breakout's hard. And you'd be better off coming up to this 1 ball, staying on this right long rail, like a long drag shot.
Yeah, he should have gave a little more.
Yeah, because you don't want to be on this angle trying to work your way back to the 7 ball. Because if you can get down to the 7, on that left side of the table, you can break your 6 out from there, or maybe get shape on it to the side. Because
He might think about playing.
I think the 6 goes in the side as well.
6 ain't going anywhere. I think he's going to maybe attack the 6 right now and play safe. Put that 6 up. Move the cue ball over. That'll bust out his balls a little bit and probably won't leave his opponent much.
Stripes are in a rather good position right now compared to solids, so I don't know what to do. He's gonna cut it at the 15.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was looking for a safe and didn't quite get it.
Oh, this table is very challenging right now.
He kind of locked the 15 up, but you can either break it out right now or there's ways to get on it and make it yet. So I'm probably going to run into the 15, rather aggressive speed. He's going to go rail first even to open that up a little further.
Yeah, now he's got a good bust out ball with the 9. He play the 9, get his 11 out.
He will work towards that lower or upper left corner, I guess, on the monitor. That 11 ball.
Uh-oh.
But
he needed to make that.
Oh. Walzer's rolling goofy, though. Everything's tying up and staying in the way of everything.
Yeah, 7 just tied to the 9. So he's going to have some work to do. But the 7 does go with the right angle. If he's on the rail, kind of where he's shooting.
Pointing to.
Yeah, if he gets, which is not too bad to get to, plays the 6 to the 1 goes by the 15, he could just draw back to that rail or whatever.
It's tough to say. I think the 1 goes by the 15, but
this is even better. If he could have came down,
that's the side he would have wanted to be on it, and quite a bit lower as well, unless he was playing for this window to the 7. But
no, I think he was playing all the way down to the 1 to get straight, and then follow to the rail.
He does have a shot here. He's got to be careful the way the cue ball drags a 9. And or avoiding the 9, so you can get down underneath himself to that 1 ball in the left lower corner.
I think he's going to play this off the 9, actually. Nope.
Yeah, he did what I was saying. He just, kind of slid the ball, didn't quite commit, and did happen to lay it up for the 15.
Yeah, Jim's really straight on the 15 here.
Can't do much. You just got to make the ball, accept position, and then pocket the 11.
Yeah, or he could roll up to the 9 and then block the
Yeah,
pocket.
I don't know if the 9 goes by the 7 as well.
Doesn't need to. He could just block the pocket with it, and then Craig's gonna be really hurting to get out.
That's true.
And he's got room to get this 9. He's just got to cheat the pocket right off the rail just like that, and it should drop, but it didn't. Yeah, he was able to cheat it enough.
He did have the 11 in the side too, so he could have been out there. Does leave a bank opportunity, and can't win the game from your chair. So we'll see if who do we have shooting? Craig.
Yeah, Craig's up right
if
now.
Craig can pull out a one-time bank here and find shape on the 1 ball, might end up with another bank though. Is usually the result of this.
He could gamble and just play safe, leave the cue ball right there beside the 1 on the bottom rail.
He could go off the 7 and down underneath the 1 ball. That wouldn't be a bad safe.
Well, he's going to leave it open here, I think.
Yeah, he was trying to get down and pocket the 9, I believe, but came up a little dry, a little short.
Combination shot coming up here. 11-9. Uh-oh. Well, that works.
It does work. You always
Mhm.
got to consider that when you're shooting those. Sometimes they try to make them.
Yep.
So, if you try to make it, that's fine. You just got to make sure you leave your white ball where you want it to be.
So our current knight taking down the first game.
1-0 in a race to 10. Bar box 8 ball here at Mad Apple Burger Bar and Billiard Company.
So you tried to make it to the tournament today, but forgot about daylight savings time?
Yeah. I lived in Arizona 10 years. They don't have daylight saving.
Oh, really?
No, they don't. No clocks move.
Well, what's wrong with Arizona, man?
They're awesome, man. That's like, what is daylight savings anyways?
Kyle's from Arizona.
I mean, we lost daylight today, so why is it even called should be daylight losings?
Yeah. Well, it was actually, I think it was invented by Benjamin Franklin mainly for farming. And Midwest has got a lot of the farming, and they need all the daylight they can. So when they were waking up at like 5 in the morning and it was dark until 7, 8 in the morning, they were like, "Hey, we gotta do something about
Right.
this."
In Arizona, they landscape from midnight to 5 a.m.,
Oh, really?
Oh, you don't want to be doing it in the 120-degree 2 o'clock afternoon
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
or super early morning, They get it done right away before the heat comes.
I spent some time out in Arizona, Yuma, at
Yeah.
the Yuma Proving Ground out there in the desert, and it was about 120 degrees, and we stayed out in the middle of the desert on just the desert floor and roasted like you would on a stove.
It's really hot. It gets really, really hot. Yuma's really south too. You're
It's
like
dry
you're in
heat.
Mexico.
Yeah, it's dry heat.
It's better. I think it's better. If it gets above 90 here with the humidity, it's worse than it is out there at 120 without
Yeah.
humidity.
And that's out in North Carolina. It could be 80 degrees, 85 even,
Yeah.
and with their
It's
humidity,
just so wet.
you step outside for 5 minutes and you're drenched in sweat. I mean, it's just it's like being in a sauna. It's weird.
Louisiana is very similar too. It's just you feel like you're in a swamp inside yourself.
All right, we got Craig on stripes. He's blocking a pocket.
Craig hasn't seemed to find his comfortability here yet. Not really familiar with either of the players. I don't know if he's been on the stream very much.
I'm familiar with Jim. I've seen Jim play a little bit. Not familiar with Craig. But Jim has a pretty good looking table right now. He's just got to negotiate this nice. Everything has a pocket here.
It definitely does. And the 2 goes by the 9 actually to the corner.
Yeah.
And either side, I believe, you'd have to be pretty perfect on it to get to the left side. But
I think 2 go. You take the 2 past the 13.
yeah, he might even, that might be his next shot after the 7 potentially.
He's on the 1.
He
Might.
tried to get down there. He just ran into a lot of traffic.
Yeah, he's going to bump into the 2 here now.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
You just want to try to glaze it.
It's going to go towards the pocket, so that's one good
The
thing.
thinner you can hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He hit it nice and thin.
Ooh, will he be able to play it in the side if he can? That would work out nicely.
It would, but I don't think he can see it. So he's going to come back up and down table here for the 2.
Ooh.
He was there.
Yep.
Just might have jumped up a little bit. He was reaching.
So right here, I'm putting Jim in 1 ball hell. I'm playing that 10-6 combo and just getting safe. You just roll forward a little bit. Make sure that Jim can't see the 2 ball. Ain't no reason to really risk taking I mean, he doesn't even have a really good starting shot. Maybe the 9.
The 9.
But it doesn't, you
See,
gotta take care of that
I hear
6.
you on that, but I might try to clear the 9, 15, 14, 11 before that shot.
Oh, there's something.
And then play the safe when I'm up 2 stripes to 1 solid.
No, I like keeping as many soldiers on the table with ball
Yeah.
in hand. Oh, see, that
Ooh.
was the worst possible
He tried.
thing that could have happened. Wow.
I mean, generally people do say you shouldn't make any ball until you're out, but at the same time, I don't want to leave myself a 6 or 7 ball run out when I can make it a manageable 2 or 3 ball run
This
out.
is an
you know what I
interesting
mean?
shot. He's playing it all the way up, but
That's
it's
just
gonna
kind of
work,
a
yeah.
matter of comfortability. He likes to put
Yep.
top on the white ball there. Some people would draw or play that for the side with a little angle, but he likes a nice straight ball with a straight forward roll.
so it puts him up 2 games to 0. And we had our weekly 8 ball. I had over 30 players again, or actually a perfect 32, perfect bracket. So you actually would have spoiled the bracket.
If I had made it on time,
Yeah,
yeah.
you would have made a huge buy column.
I would have pulled out at that point.
And then we had Ray, South Strip Skin and Door. He drew the break pot and broke dry. I went and watched that. So that builds the pot up a little bit.
Yeah, it's been struggling. A lot of guys have been getting it lately, but should start to build back up here.
All right.
So 2-0, he's still breaking from the side. He's not going to change anything. If it isn't broken, why fix it?
Yeah, see everything going to the right side of the table again.
He's up 2-0. The break hasn't seemed to be any reason why anything's been an issue, so just keep doing it even if there's safety breaks. I don't know if you're that way, Patrick, but I don't make adjustments. Like, if my break was not going great, I wouldn't try to, like, break the best break of my life. I just keep playing until maybe I lose a rack. Then maybe I'll look at my break and be like, I might open this one up different, or, you know. But until my opponent proves that he's going to get a rack, I'll just keep playing the way I've been playing.
Yeah, my break is it's just not dialed in, so almost every break I make is taken.
Oh, yeah. I
an
mean, they're never
adjustment,
the same break. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very hard to.
Yeah, my break, I still need a lot of work on my break. I've had weeks where my break is working great, and then I go back to can't make a ball and can't keep it on the table, or I'm up and down with it. But it is getting better. I have seen improvement in my break, and I think it's a big difference between like a high-level player and a lower-rated player is the understanding of the importance of the break and how crucial it is. You know, like if you want to run racks, you gotta break.
It's the number one shot of pool. I mean, there's a reason why guys separate,
Yeah, you gotta.
like Shane and Dennis, and, you know, their breaks are just really hard to fade.
Well, yeah, and that's why like Predator, they're all trying to get away from using that accurate rack because they figured out the break so well. They're like, hey, we got to go back to a more random break because these guys, the break shot for them is more of a shot. I mean, they're actually taking a shot. They're not breaking.
Yeah,
They're taking a shot.
yeah, they
and-
know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're drilling the ball on a break, the 1 ball in the pocket every time.
That was a good
Mhm.
shot. That was
Got
a
it.
very good shot. Got that 6 out
Yeah.
Scott's looking more comfortable.
That's Craig.
Oh, I'm sorry, Craig.
Craig.
Oh no, sorry, Craig Cortina. But can't quite see the 6. You can just slow roll this 7, and take the back cut on the 6. I mean, the biggest issue here is the 8 ball right now, though.
I think he can just a little bit of bottom right.
He might come in with forward 3 rails and run into the 8 to
No.
move it.
Just pull this
So
back.
then he can see the 6
He's got a
from
window.
there as well.
Yeah. Well, it works.
Yep. So exactly what I was just saying. Come in 3 rails into the 8.
His head is like the 1 rail shot. You just put a little bit of draw, and you got that window he's shooting through right now.
Sure.
It's just 1 rail versus the 3. And he had traffic. Like he got a fortunate bump that could have gone south there. Ooh, he really hammered that one and got in trouble for it.
Yeah, he did. Just not the right escape there. Ran into too much traffic. He's pulling out a short cue, it looks like.
Yep. Pretty decent jump shot, though. I mean, he's the right distance from the ball.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
He's got plenty of table to work with.
Personally, I don't jump, so I mean, I can, but I don't own one and never ask my opponent to borrow theirs in my matches. So
My brother is the same way. He can jump, but he just doesn't.
I prefer
Yeah.
to kick. There's rare opportunities though like this where maybe I would prefer to be able to just jump this 8 in and pretend like the 15 or 11,
Yeah.
isn't even there. But
It's not easy.
I get pretty far by kicking and hitting and moving the ball.
See, he's doing the poke shot.
See if he gets over it. No,
Nope.
and he didn't quite get over the 11.
He really didn't take his time on that. So it's going to be ball in hand. We call this duck soup. I mean, there's nothing hard. I think you're going to start with the 13 ball here.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of pattern choice. I also agree with you. I like the 13 as my starting ball. He chose different. He's just going to draw this back an inch or 2. Oh, I don't know. Who knows what he's going to do? He's
Yeah,
going to
that's
get them all in, and they're all near a hole. So, something's going to happen, and then he's going to do something else.
I mean, it's so wide open.
There's so many
Yeah.
patterns to pick. There is a right pattern, like truthfully.
Yeah,
There
that
probably is like 1 or 2 that statistically are going to be better than all the rest.
Yeah,
But
that
there's
pattern.
ways to get out of almost everything.
The correct pattern is the one that gets you out. That's the correct one.
It is true,
So-
but there's ways to like avoid mistakes like that, where like you're running towards the side pocket and you might accidentally scratch when you don't need to, or so there's higher percentages and lower percentages, but you can do anything you want.
He's pretty good. Ooh.
and
Ooh. Ruh-roh.
and there's kind of an example. Maybe I
Oh.
should stop commentator cursing. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, he slammed that one.
I forgot. And honestly, I mean, there are a lot simpler ways to attack that pattern. And I would say that is the result of why he didn't get out. Not necessarily because of what he knows, what he can do, what he can't do, but a decision and the way to attack it.
All right, so Craig on the board. 2-1, race to 10.
Because in that situation, you should just want as many easy shots, slow shots, stop shots. He was kind of moving the white ball all over the table and at pockets on multiple occasions, and that's just dangerous territory.
Yeah, I think key to getting out is the less you move the cue ball, the better off you're gonna be. So if you can keep your pattern without moving the cue ball a whole bunch,
Mhm.
you're gonna get a better result.
Just increased probability.
Yeah, like when you start going up and down the table, that's when air increases and mistakes happen. So we haven't seen Craig break. We'll take a look at our break cam. I haven't looked at it from this angle yet. This is a nice view.
Yeah, I like this view.
He as well went second ball break, but they seem to open up a little bit
That
better.
8-ball's way down in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be trouble for the 5. So I think I like stripes for that very reason. All right, let's see what Craig likes here. I like stripes. It's got a good starting ball, and it keeps me from having to shoot the 5 ball. I don't like where that 5's at. Ooh, he's got a really good angle to solve one of his problem balls.
So he's gonna. You're talking about getting the 15 out here.
Yeah, the problem
Where's
is
your
if he gets
shape,
it
though?
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he gets it out, what's he got? I mean,
Yeah. I think I'd go
Hmm.
over to the 11 first here and attack that system of problems, which can be done in a few ways. You can draw the 11 an inch or two and take an angle on the 10 or be in the window for the 13. Or you can hit it a little looser and come up for like the 12-13 combo with a little bit higher cue ball. He kind of tried all 3-ish and went like in between everything. So like didn't draw back, didn't stay in the hole, and didn't go forward. That's kind of one of those. I feel like indecision can lead to that sometimes. You're like,
still got the 14 here come across.
he does. He has
That's
that back cut on the 10 as well, but he's looking at that 14.
I don't think you can see the 10. Oh, where's he at?
This is I'd play safe. I mean, I'm just tapping the 13 ball to the rail and keeping my cue ball right there.
Yep, that's probably the shot to take right there. Yeah, keep the cue ball right where it's at.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to do anything. I mean, I'd back it up against the 10 if I could, right? Kind of like freeze the cue ball on.
Yeah, you gotta be careful on that though.
Yeah, it could slide out to the 7 as well, and
He's
you
trying
don't.
to cut that in the side.
want
Nice
that.
shot. Look at that.
That was a good shot. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't think that was one of those.
He's got the 10 and the 13 and the 15 if he wants it. I think that 15 is makeable in the corner with enough throw.
I think he could bank that right now. He's gonna get better on it.
Could bank it too.
Uh-oh.
He's all right. He's got an angle to work into the 15, which is what he wanted.
This is the best he's shot. To
I mean,
date
like,
here.
I guess best case scenario is you just fire at this and...
I think he's nipple hooked on that 13.
No. He can see it.
Yeah.
Just to whether you go a top, and I think he is going to do top right. Nope, he drew. That was a scary line.
Has he got a piece of this?
He can touch it.
Yeah.
He can't make it.
Can't hit it full enough to make it.
So you have to cut this super thin and leave it behind the 4 ball. Make sure the 4 doesn't go by the 15 and just put the white ball on the end rail. And he didn't catch a rail. So it's ball in hand.
Oh, yeah. He's going to start with the 5 ball for sure.
And that's about the only way you can get out on solids. So probably the only thing you couldn't do if you're stripes is give up a ball in hand to the 5.
Yeah, he's still got trouble with the 4 ball. He's going to have to figure the 4 ball out.
Yeah, but this is pretty big to be able to move the 5.
Oh, and he's going to have an angle on the 6, I think. Maybe. Yep.
He's
Yeah.
very close.
I think he's
think he
got
does.
an angle to get into it. At least to get into the 15. You know, if he moves to 15, that opens up the 4, so he can think about that. He doesn't have to run into the 4.
Yeah. He can hit the 15. I think just a little scary. He might hit the outside edge of it, but I don't think he'll scratch. Other things, I don't know what else he's looking at is his 2 ball first. He's got to think about the 7 too. He might be coming down to the 7.
All right.
He's going to bank the 7.
You know what he could do is he could play safe again here.
You could. Okay, he
Yeah,
is playing safe. He's just gonna lay up and get the white bill on
on the rail.
the rail by him
and
underneath himself.
and then what he can do again if he gets ball in hand again here. So if he gets ball in hand again, which
Yeah.
he most likely will.
Oh, and that was nice. That 6 moving into the cluster is really nice.
Yeah, see,
It makes his breakout super easy.
he doesn't have to break it out.
The 4?
So yeah, what he can do here, and I tried explaining this to somebody before, is he's more than likely going to get ball in hand here.
Yeah.
And if he gets ball in hand, he can, well, one, he could play the 4 all the way down. So he doesn't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
not going to jack up inside of that 15 and 4,
yeah.
are you?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because you can play the 4 all the way down, and then you got the 6 up. Otherwise, if that 4 was like really close to the 15, you just play another safe and push that 15 forward onto the rail.
I'm just saying, as soon as you get ball in hand, the first thing I'm doing is shooting that 6 in the upper right-hand corner and moving the 4 ball towards the side or the corner.
Yeah, but if you don't have to move stuff, don't. Like, and now it's even better. Now he's
you
got
could
more,
play out
yeah.
of it because he moved the 4 a little
Yeah.
bit. So now I would slow roll the 6, pocket the 4 in the corner, 7 in the corner, and 8 in the corner.
Yeah, and he could actually play the 6 to the 4 if he wants to, or he could play the 4. However, I think the 6 to the 4 is better here. But I like a stop shot. He's gonna run into the 15 here.
Yeah, you can just run into the side face of the 15. It makes it so you can't get hooked, kind of. See, it like double kisses out. Like there's like no way to like snooker yourself on that.
Well, I don't know.
He's got a little angle too, which is good because this white ball's gonna just work out to the middle of the table. Unless he slow rolls this in the side, because isn't he the one that tricked us with a side shot earlier?
No, that was Craig.
Was that Craig?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean this. I'm going all the way down.
Yeah. He's playing it in the corner.
Coming out
It
perfect.
just slides out right to like dead straight, like stop shot here. He might shorten it a little bit, draw back a little bit, because he looks like he's got a little angle.
So I'll put. Yeah, Craig had a nice run there until he got down to that last ball, and he got hooked, and then you get into 1-ball hell.
That's a tough part about 8-ball is like control of the game is so much better than, pocketing the balls.
So we got Jim up 3-1 now. Looks like our tournament is dwindling down.
Yeah, I bet they're about halfway through or so. So he hasn't made a ball on the break yet, has he? He's still breaking from the same side of the table.
Yeah, and they're kind of clustering up, but I think I talked to him, and he likes that type of pool, because
Yeah.
when you're clustering up the table, it's you got to outthink your opponent.
I'm a one pocket player, so I love clusters and, trying to figure out puzzles. So
Yeah,
I get it. I don't mind the side break at all. I use it myself. I think it's better than the front break for me.
Yeah, I like the analogy of 8-ball is kind of like the chess of pool, where rotation pool is like the checkers of pool. It's kind of very easy to figure it out. You know exactly where you got to go. But one pocket is like 3D Star Trek chess, and you're playing Spock.
3D Star Trek.
You ever see their chessboard? It's like multiple levels
Oh, okay.
of chess. It's a crazy chessboard. And that's one pocket because it really is a tactician's game,
You gotta think a lot. Yeah. A lot.
And you got it's very deceiving too because you got to kind of rope your opponent into taking a shot that, they think there's going to be a good outcome, and then all of a sudden they get in trouble. And that's the best one pocket players, man. If you ever watch like Tony Cohen play, he does that. He'll take a shot and leave you a ball, and you're like, oh, he just left me a ball. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I'm in trouble now. He baits you.
Oh yeah, those long, straight ones, hard ones.
Yeah.
It's always I like to think about all pool games as just a matter of risk reward. But that game involves a lot of risk reward options because there's a lot of options in choice selection, shot selection.
All right, Craig negotiating this rack fairly decently, but he did get tough here.
He's on the stripes, yeah.
No solids,
He's on solids.
but he's
okay.
controlling the table because he owns that upper right pocket right now, and Stripes needs that pocket.
He might even be banking that 3 into that upper right pocket. Nope, he's gonna cut it.
I don't know if you can cut this.
That was a very thin cut. That's why he thought he might bank it. But
I think he's too close to the ball.
I think he was kind of trying to play safe. I think he wanted to just like be down by that corner because like there almost wasn't a shot
I'm trying to take this.
for Jim from down in that corner
I'm trying to take this pocket back. I'm throwing this 15 into the 4.
into the 4.
Yeah, because he needs his pocket back. He's probably good to. I mean, his chances are good to make the ball. And attempt to get the pocket back, but
See, I might bank the 14. Kind of play a little two-wayer with the first shot. And then I might even use the 9 to make
he's gonna
the
bank,
4.
He's banking the 10.
Okay, so one of the 2 banks. I liked the other way because it doesn't sell out the 2 by moving the 14 at the 2 ball. But he went with towards the corner bank.
Yeah, he's got the 2 to the 4 here if he wants it. I mean, he can get on the 4. He can even get on the 3.
Yeah, he
mean-
can get on the 7 as well. They're all kind of available depending on how he hits the 2.
Yeah, there's like one spot he can get this cue ball to where he's not going to have a shot. So I think he can take this 2 ball and just kind of.
I think he's going to come between
Take
the
it
9
confident.
and the 8 and try to get himself on the long rail
That's the line I
where
like.
you can be either on the 4 or on the 3,
Yeah.
depending on what happens.
And that's kind of the more natural line. I like that.
And he did try to go for it. He just slid
He did.
short of the target, but he had 3 balls to get on. He got on one of the 3.
Oh, he's
so-
trying to slice the eyeballs off the 3.
And he had it. He just undercut it.
Solid's still controlling the table right now.
Well,
Jim's got to find a way to get this pocket back. Because otherwise he's going to be in the same predicament every turn he comes to.
this is kind of interesting. I don't know what I would do exactly.
Well, this is a risky shot.
He's going to play the 15 off the 4.
I think he's shooting the 9 into the 4. That's what he's lined up for. And he's
Okay.
trying to follow it. The
Yeah.
problem is if
So
he
he-
misses a shot, he's
well,
going to leave the 3 ball more than likely.
He's trying to get the cue ball all the way behind the 10.
Yeah.
He's going to go all the way up.
But
with
if he
it.
doesn't get there, he leaves the 3.
Oh.
And then he's going to be in trouble.
He didn't. Earlier, he hit that one with a bunch of forward. I thought he might just hit that with a bunch of forward.
Well, if you want a ball to follow in, you got to put backspin, or you can never put top on it
That's true.
because the transfer of the spin.
And that's for me, it would
Yeah.
be purely a safety shot,
Yeah.
not a. But he's got a good angle on this 13 right now, unless he's gonna do the combo. But I'd rather do the 13 and.
He's on the. He's
on the
solids.
solid. He is on the
Yeah.
solid. So he's slow rolling up. Eek,
Did not get far enough.
just got touched.
Yeah, he
by
needed
the
to go
9.
another 2 inches. It'd been great.
Yeah, he's
Not even
worried-
half an
worried
inch.
about the scratch, I guess.
Yeah. he's
So he'll
kicking.
kick for the 7. I mean, it's doable. It's not what you want right now, but it's doable.
Oh, it's gonna be ball in
Yeah,
hand.
he miscued. He kind of feathered off the top of the white ball.
I think that 9 ball goes past the 3. I don't know if he can get the 9.
Yeah, the 15 might too. So
I think he's gonna go on the
I think
9. Oh, 15. thought that
If
9.
the 15 goes, you can get that and then use your 9 to break your 11, 10 kind of apart a little bit.
Yep, it does go by.
He doesn't even have to hit this that hard. I hope he doesn't smash it. You just got to create some separation.
That's
And
good.
everything goes. That 11 towards that 3 ball wasn't super ideal, but he's still okay.
He could play it off the rail.
He's looking at that rail
Off the 3,
first,
yeah.
or, can I get onto the other side of it? And he can figure out a pattern for that.
I like to taking that 11 right now. It's his problem ball, and he's got a good probability to get it down.
Yeah, it's got a sell-out white ball, too, though. So I'm playing the 13 in the side.
See, I'm more of a risk taker. I like taking my problem balls right away.
Yeah, and the reason I say 13 in the side, though, is if you slow roll it good, you can get an angle on the 10 to work your way back into the 11 right away to the short side of it.
If you
So
get
then you're
high
just
enough.
using a real quick 3-ball pattern to
Yeah.
get to the 11. And as long as you map that out.
Oh,
it's
here
okay.
he's got it right now. He can.
He left
Yeah.
himself angle on the 13. He had to work back in. It's a little
Mm.
bit more angle than he would like.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to hold that.
Probably going to run the ball into the face of the 3 and try to hold the white ball through that.
He's going to take his
Okay.
12.
Nope, so he changed routes, and that's okay.
Oh, it ain't getting easier here.
Well, that's kind of why I just said that's okay, because I knew what was just about to sit in front of him here, which is like, now what? You
So
play the 13 at the 3 and put the white ball against the 10 ball and try to move the 3 at the 7.
Yeah, he just played a 13, off the rail, off the 3, and then he owns the pocket.
Yeah, you can own the pocket and safe.
Yep.
Potentially,
Uh-oh.
but he went with a different aggressive pocket at plan, and he was on the next ball, but not where you want to be.
All right, not an easy out here for Solids by any means.
Well, the 3 has 2 holes.
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's got to
The best
find a
thing
way
to
there.
do is just to draw it, and that's what he's pointing at, is just, can I control this 12-inch draw shot and basically end up where the white ball is right now, or a couple of inches
He's
further,
there.
and he is there.
And it does go by the 10, I believe. And he doesn't have a lot of room to work with.
No, he does not. Depending on the angle, too, hopefully he's not working at the 8 at all, or it makes it really awkward.
Well, if he's working at the 8, he's going to have to push the 8.
Yeah, but
give
if
him-
you're dead straight, you're going to end up with like a 3-inch
He's
shot.
good. He's good.
Okay, so he was able to
Yeah.
work it out away from the 8 ball a little bit, and
That was a nice shot. We'll take another look at that. Because it's a shot that got him out on this rack. Yeah, nice out there by Craig. So let's look at he just got a little bit of angle here so he could spin out enough to take the 8 down. That was nice.
it's good position. The 7 to the 3, that was a good little out.
All right, so Fargo's scores are kind of predicting the game here. Tight race. It's as close as it can be right now.
I had a feeling we'd be in for a barn burner. Every time I'm in here, we go hill.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I just heard somebody say the good old hustler line. I just started shooting pool.
Yeah. How many times you hear that in a pool hall?
I just started shooting pool the other day.
I haven't
Hey.
played in a month.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up my cue since Christmas.
That's so funny.
Uh-oh. Got kicked in the side there.
Oh, yeah, that cute ball. Oh, did you see that 8 ball?
He did. He almost made the 8
I
again.
think the 8 went in and came out. That's what it looked like.
This is dangerous with ball in hand. There's a couple of things. I think solving the 9
Yep.
is like the way to go.
Yeah, I'm
and
starting.
That's what he's doing.
Starting
You
with the
could
9.
choose the 5 and like figure out the 5-1 right away, but this is easier just to do the stripes.
Yeah, the stripes look good because they're kind of on the outside of the perimeter, and the solids are more on the inside of the perimeter.
I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
Anytime the balls are on the outside, you always have a little bit of an advantage of controlling the table. And stripes kind of have that advantage right now.
Hmm.
All right, so he rolled good. I mean, he's got a stretch for this one, but
He just went left-handed too. This is opposite-handed.
well, he played it like he's left-handed. Holy cow! Nice shot, left-handed there by Jim.
It's kind of in an awkward spot. He's gonna have to play the 15
It's like
unless
the-
he does the combo. But I mean, I think he's gonna have to play the 15.
It's like that movie Princess Bride.
There's gonna be a good chance of running into the 4 here though too. So he's gotta figure out what that's gonna do. I just hope he doesn't get jammed up behind all these solids here.
Ooh, rattled it.
He navigated the path, but missed the shot.
Let's see what Craig can do with solids here.
He might be able to see the 5. He might have to work around the 6, though. The 7 past the 15 is tight, but it's doable. He might even just have the 3 right by the 4. I can't quite tell if that cue ball goes by the 7.
I think the 1, tough bank on the 1, but there's no easy shot here.
Not super easy. Looking for safes, too. There's not a ton of great safety options either. He'd prefer to just play the 3 into the upper left corner, but I think it's just barely hooked by the 7, so he's going down to look at this 5.
Yep, and he's over the 3 a little bit too, so it's
Unless the 6 is going in the side. He might even surprise me with that.
oh, nice
Nope,
shot.
yep. So he was going to the corner. 6 passes the 3, so he has a shot here.
It's also
Or
got
the 1
one-
ball. Actually,
one
the 1
ball.
ball is probably the better way to go. Pattern.
And that'll lead to the 3 or the 7 or the 4, wherever he wants. I mean, ideally, if he can come off the rail and back out, but he could just slow roll the 1, he'll have the 3. Yeah, I like that. Oh, it would have been nice.
He's got a couple options, but he's jumping at the 15 first. The 13's also available. So
Yeah.
is the 14.
He's probably going to go at the 15, get a little redemption on that rattling earlier.
Yeah, it's
You
just the
go.
easiest shot too, but that might be a good final ball for his 8 ball, and I think he kind of decided that in his mind.
Who's got the 13? It looks like or the 10? Does he got the 10?
He might, yeah, he has a 10 too.
Thought
Yeah,
the 8 was in
yeah.
the way.
yeah.
Oh, got a nice little kiss off the 2.
But he put it in the way of his 13 maybe.
Yeah, it is. Now the 13 does not go.
And he's in a combo to the 14-12, which you don't want to be in.
Yeah, no, that 13, you could probably cheat the pocket, depending on the angle he gets. Looking at the overhead. Oh, bad transition on my part there.
That's
But
all right.
did miss a combo.
Well, since the 13 doesn't go by the 2, he's not moving that, right? And the 2 ball does go, so I'd be looking at that 3 ball past the 4. Maybe the combo, 3-4 combo. This again, though, I think that 6 goes by the 3. I could be wrong.
You might just look at setting up the table. Get a ball close to a pocket, and that's your safe. And then let your opponent, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but There's no easy out for Jim here.
Well, there's that 6, and I was kind of looking at that, like the white ball on that lower rail there is kind of safe in a way if it was a little further to the left and blocked the 12. But he just keeps getting from like weird spot to weird spot here where there's no way to run everything easily. He's going to back cut the 7 at this lower right hand corner. Likely is going to bump into the 3, which hopefully doesn't run into the 1 or create another awkward combo.
Hey,
He
man,
drew out of it. Okay.
Got his shot is dialed in. I mean, he's making some tough shots.
Oh, that ended up dropping. It kind of hung there for a second.
Yeah, no, it dropped.
So he's in good position. You can come back to make this 3 in the same corner. Or even up table for the 2 or the 1. He's got to watch out for the side pocket, though. And that is a huge hole coming in 3 rails to the side. So if I'm stripes, I'm putting that cue ball behind this 13 and playing it in the side. It is not comfortable to cue in there, but that's what I'm doing.
Hey, folks at home, let me know. The left side of the screen, do the balls look a little blurry to you, or?
It looks blurry to me, but I am blind always, Patrick. So
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can't see really well, but for some reason the balls look
yeah,
blurrier than
it's
normal.
just on this one
Yeah.
this one screen. Every other screen that I've seen is clear.
Yeah, we gotta get our camera adjusted, I think.
Is there another angle
Yeah, we got some.
that gives it a different look?
Yeah, so they look clear there.
Yeah. Just hang out here. This is easy. So we went down table, tried to break out the 13-2. Didn't quite get it. He might be able to make the 13 off the 2 rail first, but I don't think that's there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to play for a bank shot on the 13.
He's banking it in the side right now. It's kind of a big hole with the 14 and the 8 in the way
Yeah.
as well. Or not in the way, but
Nope, I agree. Big
on
pocket.
that upper side.
Big pocket here. Here's a good look at it from this side. Ooh.
And he did almost get it off of that 12 ball.
Yep.
So 8 still hung up on the rail, doesn't pass a 15. You'll just have to get shape into it to the short side. So I'm a up table worker, so I start with the 2 here, Patrick, myself. I wouldn't want to go like 1, 3, 2 and then work my way all the way back down underneath that 8 ball, right? So like my 1 or my 3 will be my way into my 8. I just have to make a decision on how to run the pattern.
Yeah, I definitely like using my 3 ball as the last ball.
Yeah, and playing it in that upper left corner there, lower
Yeah.
left from this angle, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I like taking the 2 ball, getting shape on the 3, but I have a feeling he's going to take the 3 ball for some reason.
No, you're right. He's measuring it out. He's looking to coming in 2 rails up into the 3.
Yeah.
You just want to not get too straight. Like you want the cue ball in the middle of the table. You want angle to work back towards the 8.
Yeah, he's got to come 2 rails here.
So
Oh, that's nice.
it's perfect.
That's really good.
A good speed.
Yeah, because now he's got the natural angle. Just draw a little bit, and he can get on the 8 and run it all the way down if he wants.
Yeah.
But it's a touchy shot here, too.
A little bit of outside right spin with this, so works the ball right into the rail.
Yeah.
And you know you're fine.
And this shot is tough. Even if he gets on the 8, to walk it down the rail past the pocket, that's a shot I practice, and I'm actually finally getting it. Took me a while, but I see a lot of people miss this shot. He's going to get close to his
he's
work.
too close. Yeah,
Okay.
he's too close.
He got too close.
It's just,
He's got it.
he does. You're cueing pretty close to your rail, though. Seeing the angle from short distance is a lot
Yeah,
harder to judge.
This is tough.
It's makeable.
Wow. He
But-
hit it about as good as you could, and got no reward.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, this is a situation where some people will walk up and hit this combo, and I think he's going to do it. And I'm just going to say that I just don't think that you should ever do that, especially when this 12 ball goes in the corner and the side pocket and all sorts of other things without anything potentially going wrong. Whereas if you play the open combo, you're asking for something to maybe accidentally not work out in your favor.
Yeah, I like just taking my 15 to get right on the It's easy to get to the
Right.
13.
And that's a way of clearing the path to the 12.
Yeah, and then the 12 is your.
Which I've done a lot of
yeah.
too. Just shoot the ball underneath the ball to clear the next ball, right?
Yeah, and he just put a power draw on that.
So, I mean, he didn't really fix either of the first two issues, though, which Patrick and I were both just saying. Like, you kind of want to get that 12 out first or the 15 out first, either way.
He's got to play a two-way shot here. He's got to play a shot to where if he misses, he's got to get that ball all the way to the bottom rail by us on the screen.
That's really hard to ask this ball to hold, though, and stay in the way of the 8. Almost be better off glancing the 12 and putting the white ball up underneath. And
yeah, see, this is going to sell it out.
Well, that's what I mean. It comes in 2 rails right out of the pathway of the 8. There were better safeties, just white ball safeties and leaving a bank or slow rolling that on the side potentially and keeping the white ball in the way of.
Craig was looking at something that he didn't like. I'm not sure what it was, but I think he's pretty wide open here. Ooh, wiped its feet going in. Yikes.
Well, 3-3. We're destined to go 9-9.
Absolutely. I think you're correct on Hill here.
Can't outrun the power of the pool gods.
Nope. Man, do we get the fan on in here? Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm hot.
I was cold earlier, so I'm happy to be in this warm booth. Walking around the regular pool hall with my winter hat on and coat and zip to the top.
Wonder what the weather is like out. I hope we're not getting hit with the storm.
It was snowing. Everything was melting, though, but I don't know if it's going to keep melting.
Well, folks, I appreciate you sticking with us. If you can, help us like, share, get the word out, let everybody know we're up and running.
How many people? We got 40 viewers?
That's 400,000.
400,000 viewers.
Maybe. So he did drop a ball, but it is clustered in the middle here. It's a horse apiece. No good starting ball, really.
It's a tough one, too. Again, I like stripes.
Stripes.
There's ways to do some things with solids. Both are going to require a lot of work.
Yeah, walking the 15 up here. Tough shot there. Rattled. Oh, he's got the 12 ball.
That 13-11 now is just super gross, though.
13-11. Where am I? Okay, yeah, I see what.
The 13 goes to 1 or 2 corners. The 7 only goes to 3 holes. I don't know. I'd still want solids now after. But he's going to come in and try to splash a bunch and change the road map.
That kind of looked funny. What did I miss there? I want to look at the replay on that. I want to watch the overhead. The overhead view. What did I miss? The balls just started moving weird.
Nah.
Oh, no. I don't know. It's just my imagination.
I think it looked like his body moved things, but it was just the white ball coming back in under his body. It kind of looked... I saw what you saw at first. So he's going to slow roll that. Did not cut it enough.
All right, 7 ball is there. He's also got the 6. I like the 7 here.
I don't think either guy's eager to get out right now, right? Not really knowing how to get out. So just kind of moving balls around and waiting for the right angle or opportunity to fix everything. And this 4 to 5 could maybe be the way to do that right now.
Four to the 5. How are you getting to the 5?
I don't think he's got the right angle. I think you're correct. I felt like he could maybe put top and inside on this and get to the other rail and back under the 4 or the 5.
I like
sorry.
that. I like that shot.
He did bank it at the combo, and I was gonna say maybe that would be a better way to go.
Nice shot.
He's just gotta get on this 5 like now though. Like he can draw from this 4 and try.
What's up, Randy? How you doing? He's probably gonna go super forward here.
Yeah, he just called safety and elected to just kind of roll into the middle of the table.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean,
he did leave the 14 in the side though, and it breaks out the 9.
Ooh, this is a tough shot.
It's kind of like a rack seller if he gets it.
Yeah, that was.
If he doesn't get it though, you're in. But if he gets it, you're not in a good spot.
Yeah, so he let his opponent do his dirty work.
He kind of did. Yeah, he suckered him into it. The 1 does not go by the 13 in the side, or he'd be doing that right away. Honestly, the 4 ball is the shot I'd be considering.
Yeah, I think he's cutting that over.
Unless the 1 does go by and he's drifting down to the 6. That might be what he was just looking at right there. 1 by the 13, then the 6, then the 5, then the 4. That just looks really narrow to me.
It's a half a pocket if it goes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It went. Okay.
He used all the pocket on that. That was a nice shot. He's got a little more angle on the 5 now, so it's a little bit easier in its natural shape to the 4.
He's playing the 6 first. He's just got to make sure he doesn't overshoot it and get under the 14 in a bad way.
Yeah, but I just don't like that shot.
Well,
that would have been great.
I think a little soft draw would have been better, like a 1 rail soft draw shot.
I like the 5 to the 4 ball. A little bit of inside. He'd have been good.
He just got out of line. He got a little crooked.
See if Jim can pick it back up. He started off hot. I think he started off 2-1, 2-0.
2-0.
2-0. Yeah.
So he's gonna play this 2 rails now. Just 1 stop shot for the 14. Maybe the 13. He's got options in this. There's a couple ways to run this pattern.
Yeah, any shot he takes here is not going to be a very easy shot.
He'd like the 13 in the side, not have to worry about the 6. So he's trying to find his way to easiest shot on the 13, basically.
Yeah, he's going to have to draw on this ball, which makes it very missable. And you see him digging down on it. See? When you dig down on the ball like that,
yeah,
it can rattle very easily. I don't know the physics behind it, but for some reason, when you dig down on a shot like that in the side pocket, the pocket actually shortens up, I think. I mean, I feel like the physics and everything, it all just goes into like black hole territory, and it doesn't even make sense.
This should be a very natural out.
That's the shot I was saying take earlier, but roll harder.
Yeah, into the 4. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I see what you were saying there.
He's great now though. I mean,
just a matter of where he wants to play the 8, and the
8 goes past the 13, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna try in this lower right hand corner, like stop shot, kind of.
Or he could play it where the 6 is at. He could play it there too.
You can, yeah.
Depends on what angle he gets here for the 4 ball. See where he ends up. Okay. Yeah, see, now I like playing it in
Yeah.
the same pocket as
He
The
was
6.
planning on it. He got a good angle, good line on that.
Got to go forward here. Got to come harder, though. He made this tough, but makeable. See, I thought he was going to roll down more.
Yeah, I see what
Straight
you were
up.
saying and come back up for
Yep.
the 8 in the upper right. But
This works.
He was setting up for this run out the whole time. He
No.
didn't get it though. And if he can just make this 13,
Yeah, he's out.
you're out. Yeah, you should be out anyway.
Yeah, because then it's easy 9.
I wouldn't be messing with the safety thought
No way.
that he's doing right now and giving him any opportunity to kick or see that ball.
Yeah, he's just looking at this 13 like it is a little off angle. I mean,
Honestly,
it
if
is
you play this
missable.
13 with the right spin, you can get the white ball all the way on the short rail,
Yeah, see, it was a missable.
which
Ooh.
he was trying to do, actually, is get him under that 8, so it's just not easy. And in fact, this guy might kick. Scott might have to kick one rail, short rail to short rail.
I should be able to cut this right in.
He might be able to, too.
Yep.
Yeah. Little flatter, though, if that cue ball had been another even half ball rotation our direction, he might have been kicking. So Scott took his first lead of the match there with a 4-3 lead.
Yeah, that is his
Is
first
this going to
lead.
be his first break then?
Craig's first? No, Craig's been breaking. It's winter break.
Oh yeah, it's winter break.
Winter
yeah.
break format.
Yeah.
And his last break was pretty decent. Let's see how this one turns out.
I guess I assessed Jim's breaks. Okay, so they're just breaking from opposite sides, and
Yeah, Jim was
that can
breaking.
tell you how the table's rolling. Because some days the right side might break better than the left side, and that can adjust given conditions from day to day to day. So it's always a good idea to check the table. And or if you start breaking from one side and your opponent is breaking great and they're breaking from the other side, it's not a bad idea to go check it out.
So I don't know what that was. I mean, I think it was a fairly decent break, but it's the second time I've seen him do it where he's got a fairly decent break, but then his body language tells you he didn't like it.
Well, I mean, there's 8-10 might be something he didn't like. The 2-1-3-11 might be something he doesn't like. So he probably just made a quick assessment of the table and was like, there's a lot of issues. I'm not out, or. I don't mind starting with solids. I mean, the 11-13 is just a super goofy thing. So is the 2-1-3, though, like I said.
Whole table's tough right now. He's going to roll safe here. Got to get to a rail. He does.
And that wasn't a bad idea. Kind of like improve some of your problems right after you establish your suit, which I've done in 8-ball racks before. Basically just pick a suit and then go to work on creating better opportunities for the suit. And that's like all you can even do for a while.
Call that setting up the table.
So he's got a nice, easy 15 in the side. Just stop shot. Oh, he went up to the corner. Huh. This guy plays interesting.
See the 11. Does it
Interesting
go?
shot selection. Yeah, he might have been playing for the 11, but this 9 allows you to go into that 13 as well.
Can he get at the 11? Oh, yeah. They might call for a ref here. All right, you want to go ref a shot?
Yeah.
All right, Adam's going to go ref the shot. Oh, the replay. So, folks at home, take a close look. He's got to make contact with the 11 ball first. I think he should be good. Oh, yeah, that's good all day. Yeah, pretty clean shot there. Taking his time on this one. It's not an easy pattern here. A 13 ball needs to find a way to get to the 13. That 9 ball is tough to go past the 5. I mean, it does go on the side. Then he's running into the 10. See what he's doing with the 13 here. I don't know what the plan was on that, but he didn't get too bad. He did leave a bank shot. Very tough cut. Craig taking a look at the table, seeing what he can figure out here. I really think that, I mean, he's got a lot of safe options. He could lock him up pretty good on the 1 ball here if he wants. I mean, didn't get locked on the 1, but got decently behind it. Might have left a piece of the 13. I think he did leave enough of the 13 there. I left some of the 10 anyway. And that's actually a good developing shot. It gets that 10 ball out of trouble. So that's going to help Jim. So smart. And didn't leave anything easy here for Craig. He did leave a shot. But he's going to have to come with it here. And come with it he did.
Ooh, that was a little unlucky. I was going to say, I thought he was going to run into the 3 or the 6, and it was going to really kind of improve or, like, just help his position.
Yes.
And he drifted right in between them. It was just bad luck.
Let me see if he's confident. He could just draw back right here, get on the 7 ball, or even roll forward.
Yeah, the 7 does go on the side if you just drift.
Yeah, there he goes. Perfect.
Ooh, did he clear the 10? No,
I don't know.
That's questionable.
He's close to it. I mean, maybe it's a game of millimeters.
I think your thought of drawing back was safer because you don't really want to run the risk of getting behind the 10.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, it was a tough shot, to draw back from where he was. But
yeah, he just really
he did have it.
He got there. So
now he's tough on the 2, tough on the 3.
Yeah, and I don't know the 3 goes by the 6. Where had he bumped into the 6 earlier a second ago? I was saying,
I think he's gonna play safe here. Just
would have helped.
Then the 2
and play underneath the 3 and the 6.
Well, yeah, get on top of him, really, like towards the top rail.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, to lock onto one of them. I don't know. That's risky because.
Yeah, you may or may not want to.
Got to hit it full. He hit it thin. See, that's. When you hit it thin, it increases the speed of the ball. You got to hit those fat. So now Jim's got a pretty wide open table here. And he's going to. Oh, man.
Just can't get him to go.
Yeah, and he would have been able to keep the cue like right there in the middle of the table the whole time, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only issue Craig's going to have is just getting down to his 8 ball. He's got to make sure he leaves himself enough angle to get down there. That's what he's got to be thinking about.
It's got a little too much angle on this, too. He's going to be okay, but it's a little more than he really wanted.
This is the shot he's got to worry about not getting straight on. I think he's okay. He's got enough here.
I think he can draw like up underneath the side pocket even.
I like drawing in between the 13 and the 9 here. He's going forward. Look at this
Okay.
shot. Wow,
Yeah, that was a good line.
that was really pretty looking. Better shot than what I was talking about, for sure. Nice shot there by Craig, man. He's starting to catch a gear.
He's definitely feeling a lot more comfortable than he was when he first started. I could tell something just. He was just a little off, whether it was nerves or just wasn't quite in gear yet or whatever in the first few racks. But since he took his lead and now he is stacking to that lead.
So we're at 5-3. Our challenger has the lead. Got a little kink in my neck here I'm trying to work out.
I've had a 12-year kink in my neck. Seriously.
Oh, man.
It's not good. I can't get it to go away. It's variable in its condition, but it just has always been in pain.
You gotta go to one of them neck crackers. You ever seen those guys on like TikTok where they crack people's necks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so scary. I'm like, man, I would never let anyone do that.
I can't.
It looks like they're
It's-
breaking their neck.
It's hard for me to let chiropractors do what they need to do.
Yeah. You know what my brother does? I don't know if it works on your neck or if it gets your neck, but he goes into that water jet bed at was it Anytime Fitness or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
goes
like
there.
a massage thing.
Yeah, he sits in there and it helps his back. He says it's like the only thing that helps him.
Got a little bit of a funky setup here. If the 3 goes by the 11, that's an 11. I would play the 2 first in the upper right-hand corner to clear the 3 ball. And then I'm playing the 5 in the side, the 1 in the corner, 6 in the corner. Something along those lines.
Does one go by the 10? That is the question.
The 1 does go by the 10, so that's why I'm saying like 2, 3, 5, 1. And you could almost stop shot your way through a lot of that. He ran into it, so it must not have went. And if it did go, he didn't know. But it doesn't matter. He's going to play this 5. He's perfect.
Yeah, should be able to get right on the 1 here. Yep. And then right over to the 3. This is a good looking pattern here.
Yeah, and it's going to give him shape back down towards this 6, 7 too. You know, after the 3, he's going to be on another good line here.
Oh, no.
He hung it up.
They
just both keep catching the nipple, and these pockets are brand new. Tables are all brand new. They just are still playing pretty tight.
He called safe here.
That's
Well, he just took
one of the
that.
better things he could probably do.
He could probably roll this 3 through if he wants. It's tricky. It's very tricky, or
He
at least
can. He
take-
can at least just reestablish position.
yeah, take the pocket back. It's a good
Yeah.
move.
I probably wouldn't try to make it. I'd just make
Oh.
sure I keep the pocket, you know.
I'd be trying to make this all day.
Well, that's the problem, though, is if you hit it with draw and they don't, it leaks out, and now that 10 does go rail first. Whereas if you just maintain 100% position, you know, you don't have to worry about it. He's looking at sliding this 10 in right away off of the back side of the 3,
I like it. I like it.
and that's probably the right thing to do.
Ooh. And Craig just jumped up and down.
Kind of got safe. It's got one back cut on the 3.
He's got
Oh,
the
wait,
7
the
ball.
7. Oh, there's
got
the
the 7,
7.
and
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Leads nicely to the 6 or the 4. I mean, he's got a pretty good looking table right now. He doesn't need any of the pockets that stripes are kind of blocking. The 8 could become a problem, like running in the way of the cue ball.
Yeah,
the
just
6.
on your last shot. Yeah, you got to,
Yeah.
like, make sure you know what hole you're going towards.
Well, I was saying it might block a shot on the 6, and he was able to hold it. So
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, he's
so he's good.
good.
Does that 3 go by the 15? I think it does, and he's got the upper right corner as well. You got a nasty roll on that 12 ball, but
I'll say it better go, because right now is the time to.
see, he's got to
Take
come with
it.
a stroke here if he's playing the 3. Can he get to the 4? I guess he can. He's just kind of spinning around his ball a little bit. Nice. Oh, and he got a nice bump on the 12 here.
If this doesn't go in the side, he can always stop the white ball with the 15, but you'd prefer to get this in the side so you can work up above that 8 and
Yeah,
have
I
a
think,
hole for it.
think that's where he's going. Nice and easy.
Yeah, right in the side.
Really,
Easy,
really
easy. Yeah.
well struck there.
So that was a good little out. He's back on the board after not being on the board for a little bit. And
Yeah, it's got to feel good to get that one down. That was
Got a-
nice looking out.
5-4. A race to 10. And Bar Box 8 ball here at Mad Apple Burger Bar and Billiard Company. Myself, Adam Starko, and Patrick in the booth.
What up, everybody?
Chris G here running the weekly tournament. We had 32 players that are all out here trying to win some money.
Actually, I'm gonna look it up and see how that tournament's going here. So yeah, like we tell everybody every week, every Sunday, 8 ball, starting at 1:00 p.m. here at the Mad Apple, and every Monday is 9 ball, 7:00 p.m., and every Friday is 10 ball, 7:00 p.m. So come on out, shoot some stick, have a good time, get some food, get some drinks. I recommend the jalapeno poppers. They're amazing.
Looks like Jim might have stepped away for a quick break.
Okay, well, let's go over the player profile, see what we got over there on our challenger, Craig. We already said where he's from. What's going to tell us about him?
Yeah, so Craig's from Kewaskum, and he's playing with a Jackson Q and a Keelwood shaft with a Kamui medium black tip. And it looks like his opponent, Jim, plays out of Rib Lake, playing with a Shone limited edition with a Kamui soft. It's got a Jacoby jumper and a thumper brake cue. Jim prefers the bar box, and Craig prefers a 9-foot table. We're playing on a bar box 7-foot diamond here today. And it looks like Jim's back, ready to break. That 4 ball looks like it's hanging off of the side of the 13. I can't tell if he... Oh, that was a nice break. Nice second ball break. Lots of pop on that one.
All right, so our tournament, we got 2 players playing for the hot seat right now. Of course, we got Ray and J.R. Voigt.
Voigt. Yep, J.R. Voigt and Ray Skinador.
Okay, they're playing for the hot seat. Remaining in the tournament, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 players on the one loss side. We got Michael Burke playing Mark West. And, Chris G just lost to Michael E. Johnson. We got Sean Skinador playing Chase Kadrowski. And look at that, Connie Wassinger is playing Tom Marks. So Tony's had a good tournament. So he's in the 9th, 12th place right now. They're all in round 4. So yeah, we're down to looks like 10 players left.
So looks like Jim's gonna start out with stripes. Not sure if I agree with that. I was gonna say that the 2-6 certainly looked like a good opportunity to potentially run the entire rack, but maybe it just wasn't quite there. It definitely had a lot of risk involved with it too, and I'm a very risky player. So I was gonna smash a 6-2 and open up the 8 with my white ball.
Wow.
Um,
I mean, look at the window he just got. I mean, he was definitely trying to bust out the 14, 15,
oh yeah, he was. Yeah,
and he found the one ball size window and
yeah,
got right in there.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Solids are really messy right now, though.
Paper, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Could just roll in, slow rail first, and play a safety. Bump the 7 into the 3, 3 to the rail. Cue ball, just leave it right there. And not have to worry about anything. He might have been going for that, honestly. It might not have been as easy as it looked. He might have been playing off of that too, though, and playing a safety down into where he was, because that 2-6 was a bit of an issue. And either way, I like the shot, because there's not much Stripes can do from this position. He's going to back cut the 14 or maybe play the 10. Either way, they're both going to this bottom left-hand corner. But it doesn't really, like, offer him anything by making this 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to bust up the package
Actually,
there.
that was good.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, the 15 might have maybe went because of that. See, sold out the 1 into the 3, potentially. 1 into the 7 into the 3, maybe even.
That could clear up a lot of problems right here.
Might have hit that a little harder, but he's got the 4-7 now.
Yeah.
So you can just do that next. Now he's off to the races, and the 2 affords him a great opportunity to break out the 8 ball. So I'm not too worried about a whole lot. In fact, getting up to the 6 ball on the side is preferred. And he does have that next. From there, he can slow roll and play the 2, or he can play to the 4. There's a lot of opportunities here.
That 9 killed his action.
Yeah, he was trying to avoid that, but he can still come underneath the 2, 3 rails into the 2 in the side. He can 1 rail and run into the 13, or avoid the 13 and run into the 2. Play into the window of the 11-13, which is nasty, but he was on the right side to play that 2 in this lower right-hand corner, but
Jim coming back to the table. He's got some work to do here. See how he decides to navigate out here. I think he's playing safe.
that was a pretty easy save. He's got a 1-rail escape, though. Couple of 1-rail escapes, whether he wants to go long rail to long rail or short rail to short rail.
All right, avoids the ball in hand. 15 balls, still in trouble. I mean, really, he's got the 10 ball he can create the angle to go into that mess, and he's pretty good to get a shot afterwards. So
that wouldn't be a bad way to start. The 10 into the 15 or 10 into the 8.
Yeah, because you break up the mess there, he's more than good to get a shot. I mean, his balls are kind of on both sides of the table, so he's got safety nets everywhere. It's just top and a little bit of left maybe. It's got kind of a natural angle to come into that mess of balls. Here it is. Ooh, nope.
Came in 3 rails. He's still got a 1-railer on this 13, though, honestly. Little, just like a touch outside, you can slide past the 14 and run into the 15 or the 2. You could play the 14 first, though, as well, if he wanted. I don't know what he's going to do here. Bank in the 11, or
Just playing safe.
Yeah, but I don't think he got safe.
He did
He
not.
can still see the 4. Can work your white ball back up table. As many rails as you want. I mean, I think 2 rails is a nice approach to this 4 with top inside English. But you could just 1 rail. You could come in like 3 rails too, like hit it hard and come all the way up table and back down into the 2. Just depends on how you're feeling, but that's that 2 rail escape. A little bit higher up table would have been preferred, but he does still have an angle on cutting that 2 into the upper right hand corner.
I like the bank shot here because it's a lot easier to draw back on the 8. If he were to cut this, he's kind of losing that shot on the 8.
Well, I think the 15 is actually going to hit the rail fatter than you think and come back out of the way of the 8. But I hear what you're saying.
I think you cut this ball, so you're asking for trouble. He's just playing safe. It's a good shot. Kind of ties up his 15 pretty good, but leaves his 8 wide open.
But
so
you could like bump the 11 right now and return the safety so easily. You don't even have to do anything. So that's what he did. He just comes up to the table and says, fine, well, then I'll just move over here. So everybody's, they're moving around, but nobody's getting a strong advantage out of the movements, I guess. So I think he's jump banking the 2 ball on the side.
Ooh, that's going to be hard to keep on the table.
I would do a 1 rail kick towards myself and Patrick.
Wow, look at that shot.
And he nailed it. He nailed it. But where in the world are you?
No love.
Going now?
Yeah, let's take another look at it. Jump bank. Drills it. But didn't get any love for it.
I mean, he's got a 1 rail in the side. He's got a 2 rail in the side. And that's about all that I see, and neither one of them am I going to feel anywhere near comfortable doing it. This way is scary because you can rub the 15 on your way in, and while you foul, you make the 8, and you lose the game.
Very precise shot.
He might have locked the 15. No, it didn't lock up.
That 15 is wide open now.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your starter ball.
Yeah.
15. Or, yeah, you could stop it here. I mean, 15, he ain't got to really worry about it. He's open. He could even go to the 11 next if he wants.
And he might.
Yeah, he's either choice here.
Yeah, this is a good pattern. You don't want to wait for the 15 for last. You want the 8 to be able to go in 3 holes instead of just 1. So that's why I say that. You don't want to wait for last. It should just be pretty easy. I mean, it's like a stop shot, kind of an out. Just kind of roll this 15 in, stop shot, draw back. You can even go to the rail if you want.
Well, he doesn't want to get straight on the 9 or funny.
No.
He wants to be able to come back out.
I would have preferred to go 14-9 instead of 9-14.
Yep, he could get hooked by the 8. He's good.
But he's still fine. Everything's just fine. Just make sure you don't get too much angle on this. You want to be as close to the rail as possible, the long rail on the right. So you just want to slow roll this in and accept your position and not
draw his back and play it in the side.
Or do that.
Yeah, that's...
You can do that. And that's, if I had time, that would have been what I said next. Or you can draw back, but sometimes you rattle that corner ball when you overhit that ball and you don't make it. And
yeah, you got to be confident with that stroke.
So it's to each their own, however you feel comfortable running it. But so Jim's clawing his way back in here after Craig took a little bit of a lead, and we're all tied up. Got 430,000 viewers. Everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Adam has learned how to count our ticker. There's Chris.
Hello, Chris Gutanis,
I
who's
gotta ask Chris a question here. I'm gonna put you guys on
coming
pause for a
outside
second.
the booth.
All right, we're back. I was just letting Chris know that our monitor's a little blurry.
Another side break, another group of clusters. And well, there's problems on both fronts. This is interesting. You're gonna have to start with solids and figure out a way to combo into your one at some point, I think. Play the 7 on the side. Well, crap. I mean, the 5 isn't positioned very well either.
Sometimes it's deceiving. That 5 might cut in the side, but it's always hard to tell.
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
It's just not easy. Like,
All right, we got our.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the 15 cutting it in that upper left-hand pocket right there is the shot to start with. It's just really challenging cut and not really the way you want to start a rack.
Yeah, we got our tech guy helping out, trying to clear up the view on the left side screen.
So we tried to use solids to make a solid, did not make it. If I could use that 11 to break out the 9-10, I would do it right now. Otherwise, I might play like a safety under the 6 ball, like put the cue ball behind the 2 and the 15 or whatever those are.
It's another ball rattled.
Well, I mean, right now until the 9-10 gets fixed, you can do a lot.
Well,
So there's the fixer.
and we have established solids.
But let's see if the guy breaking it out is going to behoove or the guy that waited.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
It was, but he played into almost nothing. The 4 ball might go in the upper left-hand corner
The 4 ball.
between the 7 and 8.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Yep.
That's really tough.
That's where
and
he went, and he got it.
holy smokes.
That was the shot. He was in a tough spot.
Hey,
and that was the shot.
Look at that. Our screen is fixed. I can read the
That is true.
I can read the numbers now.
He's missing an opportunity right here, and there wasn't enough time to talk about it. But he had natural angle on the 5 to come up into the 13, which led him into natural angle into the 2. And he did bypass that.
That could have been part of the problem the players were having as our screen was blurry.
Yeah, did their eyes see like we were seeing? That's funny.
Now he's going to drill every shot.
So he plays into the 7. Now he's going to have to bump into the 5 after the 2 and maintain shape.
Yeah, see, it looks funny, but like this shot right now when I'm looking at it, I think I am going to rub that 5, but I'm going to rub it right to the rail along with the cue ball, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, you're
know?
rubbing it on the right side here.
Yeah, you just got to,
you're-
speed is critical here, you know? If you hit it too hard, that 5 ball is going to bounce off the rail. And
It
then,
does, and you end up with a really goofy bank
Yeah.
because you can't back cut it, and you're too close to it. And
Yeah, so if I'm a betting man, unless he can draw this like really nicely without hitting the 12. Problem is, if he draws, he goes into the 12.
You just play this pocket speed is what
Yeah.
you do. You want to make the 2 and just barely make the 2.
Yeah, the one
That
thing
way you'll run into the 5 and it will slide towards the left corner.
the one
and
thing
you'll
he
be
wants
fine.
to avoid is the 12. He's better off going into the 5 than he is the 12.
Yeah. He doesn't want to end up behind the.
Oh, he went with the bank on
Oh,
the
wow.
2. Interesting.
I don't think the bank made the lines better. I don't agree with that one.
See what Jim can do. He's got a pretty good looking table here.
He was just a little jacked up, but if you
Yeah.
don't like that, you can come down to this 11-10 combo right away. 10-11.
Yeah, wasn't even over the ball.
Yeah, and he's fine, yeah. So he's just going to start up on that end and work his way down. Draw those back a few inches for the 13.
All right, Jim is getting out of his. He was in a little bit of a rough spot, and he's worked his way out of it. It looks like. I mean, that's a sign of a good player when things aren't going your way, and then you turn it around and it starts going your way. So good on Jim, because he sat for quite a few racks before he got a win, and that eats at you mentally. But that's why he's a champ. I mean, a few weeks running now, so.
He's not loving the angle on the 13, so he's back down to the 10-11, and that's fine. It's always good to remain open to, like, while we're discussing these runouts, right? If something changes, the runout is going to potentially change with each passing shot. So he's on a good line again to continue to work through these balls. You'd like to either be on the short rail with a little inside angle.
It's kind of good here.
Yep, and he'll be able to work his way up towards that 14 with a little bit of right-hand English.
Yeah, let the English spin off the rail. Let that.
That's going to
Yeah.
drift up. Yep, he's
Good.
dead straight on his 14 with
Perfect.
even a little bit of outside angle to keep himself working
Yeah, he's got to
in
leave.
positive directions for the 13, right?
Yeah, he's got to leave himself not straight on the 13.
And you can do that with a couple of shots here. Probably the stop shot is the best shot, honestly. Just a little
Unless the
slide towards the long rail.
Does the 8 go by the 2? I think it does. He could do that too.
I think he'll play out a little angle on the 13 and play the 8 on the right-hand side, is what I think.
He likes his draw shot. Bet you see him drawing here.
Yeah, he got on a different angle of the 13 than I thought, so he's going to draw to this left long rail.
Got to be careful you don't draw it right into the side drink.
That's
Oh, he's going forward.
a possibility.
He's going forward, so he's going to come off the top rail and back down. But does the 8 go past the 2? That's what you got to ask yourself there, just in case you get on that angle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't. I don't know if I agree with what he's doing, but I can't see what's going on. Okay, so that
Perfect.
It worked good.
Yeah.
He knew he wanted to let his stroke out, I guess, and he did want to reduce his chances of anything bad going wrong. And I think he saw a scratch, like Patrick had mentioned,
Yeah, he played that really
in the
smart.
draw shot. So he got out of the idea of drawing and was just like, "Well, this will work better." So
Yeah, I liked his thought process on it.
he let his stroke out. It was a nice, confident stroke, and put the cue ball right in the middle of the table. There's really nothing could go wrong.
And it also put him back in the lead once again.
It's a good way to capture the lead, and back and forth we go. From 3-3 to 5-5 to
Yes.
probably 9-9.
Yeah, we haven't had more than a 2-game difference,
yeah,
have we?
no,
It's been within-
5-3 was the largest. 2-0
Yeah.
and 5-3.
Yeah. So, yeah, back and forth. Both players battling it out. We got a good match here. So, folks, please like and share. Let everybody know we got a battle going on here. Okay. So, man, look at another smaller cluster, but a cluster nonetheless. And the solids are the most
Open,
open. Yeah, I mean, just the
but
one ball.
you have to fix the one.
Yeah.
And honestly, the right shot on the 15, the 11, opens all those stripes up. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't get too worried about the stripes. There's balls in position to fix them.
Yeah.
So you could go either way. And honestly, there's not a solid by the 1
Yeah, and
that I love breaking it out with.
I'm taking stripes for that reason alone, I think.
Unless you break out with the 5 right now, which he might have been looking at the angle of the
I don't know if he can cut that 5 in.
past the 2. Yeah,
That 2 ball's kind
it
of
might be in the way. Yeah,
right there. Actually, you know what? He's got the angle on the 4 to run into that mess, maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. You could.
He'd have to pound it pretty good, but yeah, maybe take the 10 ball here, come back. See, even if you take the 10, like,
I mean, I'd play the 10 and
Mm.
come back to mid-table to right here.
yeah, right in the
And
middle
then
of
I
the table.
would play for the 15 off the 11 potentially, or even just straight in, and get a lot of stuff working that direction.
Oh,
But there's a lot of ways to slice all this out.
Ooh,
6 in the sides probably his next shot.
yeah, he's gonna roll forward right into.
If he
the
can
one.
tap it off the 11, it wouldn't be bad.
Thing is, if he rolls into this one, he's gonna be pushing it, and it's still not into a very good position. Yeah, see, rolling into the pack there.
Hmm.
I mean, I saw what he was doing, but it was dangerous.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'd just tap the 13,
Playing safe.
play safe, snooker him in by the 1 ball.
He's gonna just probably bust this one out now.
That's what I would do. And honestly, the stripes are laying pretty bad. You can. But the 10-11 is wired. That's a combo that goes in, so that's not a problem. And after this shot, there's going to be more shots, so those won't be problems.
All right, the 8 got to the rail, so he's good.
Hmm.
He's got the 15. He's also got that combo you spoke about. Well, I don't know. That combo is iffy. It may or may not
I'd
go.
just play the 12, yeah, and come up to mid-table. Right here, you can do your combo, your 10-11.
If it goes, it looks like it's going right into the point. Yeah, he's staring at it right now.
I think it goes, and you could throw it too, which a lot of people don't know, but you'd actually hit the 10 on the wrong side. You'd hit it on the right side of it to throw the 11 back at the hole, even though you would think you'd be cutting it the wrong direction.
See what he does here. He's hitting on the far left side of the 10.
With a lot of throw, and that's going to throw that 11 in the hole.
Got it.
Hit it real nice. He might have the 9 up in the corner by the 1. If he does, it's a good opportunity to break the 13, 14.
Well, he's got the 14.
Especially because the 10's still on the table.
Well, he's got the 14 right after the 10 as well, which busts the 13. He's got
Oh, yeah, the
that.
13 or 14 would go up in this
Yeah.
corner, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Potentially.
See how he handles it. See what he
You
likes.
could do a giant draw break shot right here, too. He might power into it, yeah.
Ooh. Where did it leave him?
He's got the 9 in the side. You could glance it off of the 14.
That would help.
It's a touchy little shot, but it's there.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do something. Or, I mean, actually,
If you don't need to glance it, though, like you said, if the 14 goes, then you just slow roll
it looks like
underneath the 14.
it looks like the 14 moved a little, though. I can't tell. I don't know if the 14 goes. Like, maybe the 14 does still go. It's kind of tough to tell here. Well, if it goes, we're gonna
He
find
might
out.
have another draw angle. He could almost get into it.
Well, he's seeing if it goes up that way. Man, that's tough. It's hard to tell here.
Well, it's on that side of the 13. And I think there's space between the balls. It goes.
So it definitely does not go in the
And
bottom
honestly, the
right.
13 might even just go in the side after you get the 14 out of the way. I know it doesn't really look like it, but I think it's easier than it looks.
Kind of got to be down on the table. It's tough when you're looking at the monitor.
So he's going to play the 1 and just get out to mid-table to the 4, but he forgot to make it.
Ooh boy, what you doing here?
This is all kinds of awkward to make this in the side, because you like literally have no shot after it.
It's hard not to get frustrated on the table at this point.
It's like, why would I even have just done what I just did?
Yeah.
You could thin the 15 and put the 15 in front of the side and put the white ball like
Yeah, I like
on
that.
the 4. He's got so many balls you can't like fully safety, but
Yeah, I like putting the 15.
that was a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great shot, actually.
That's usually pretty hard to do. He literally blocked him on like every ball, maybe.
Yeah, the
With the ball that you're moving, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, the 4 is a little bit. I think it's there. Maybe. It's tough. Yeah, I think you're right. He is snookered.
I think he's like thin side of the 2 and no side of the 4 is what I think he's looking at.
Wow, and if Jim gets ball in hand here, he's got a great bust out ball now.
You could kick the 4 into the 1.
He's going to spin around the 15 here.
Oh.
Yeah, he did have it. Yeah.
He had it, okay.
Yeah, he had to spin around it a little bit. That's probably why he missed.
He's in a really tough position here. Oh, I thought there was a scratch there.
All right, so making that ball, how does that bend? Does the 14 go? Oh, the 14 cuts up.
He's going to scratch on the side, though. There's no way to make this ball without scratching.
Yeah, because
it's going to glance off that 13 unless you carom it.
Yeah, I don't
The only way to do it is to carom it. It hit like directly at the 14.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to scratch, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it looks like it's going in the drink, but...
And if you don't, you nipple your way into not a scratch, and the 6 stays in the way of the 13, and you don't have another shot.
All right, balls still didn't move apart well. I mean, if you're going to bust up the balls, bust them up. You know, because he's giving his opponent a shot here now. He's hiding the 6 a little bit.
Well,
I mean,
that's
that
what he was
saving
intending
grace.
to do, yeah, was to keep
Yeah.
hiding the 6, but he didn't fully hide it. It goes from a couple of different positions now. And that's where, like, one pocket will teach you over and over, like, it's so much more important to hide the ball and protect your work than it is to make a ball, per se. Because you put your opponent in really bad situations.
Yeah, it's not very difficult to get over the 6 here.
No, I mean, I would just slow roll this 5 and short side the 6 and then play this 6 in this lower right-hand corner by me. You could do it other ways too, but
he's pretty good here.
That's what you want to do. You need to solve this now.
See how good he is.
You want the 1 ball for last, so you're going to draw here a couple of inches and, you know, leave a little angle on the 2 maybe.
This draw makes the shot a little missable, but he handled
And he did
it well.
leave angle. I mean, you don't have to have angle. It's just a 7-foot table. But if he could work this ball back to the middle of the table and not be 7 feet away, you know, go ahead and do that. You don't have to shoot a 7-foot shot either and get all the way down to this rail.
I'm going to tie it right back up here. Tell you, they are going back and forth.
Tied up at 6-6.
See what's going on with the tournament out there. Check in. Looks like Ray has won the hot seat. And we got Michael Burke facing off against Michael Johnson and Chase Kedrowicz. Kedrowicz. Take it on
Kedrowicz.
Kedrowicz. Yeah, Chase K facing Tom Marks. So we are down to the final 5. We got 4 players left on. Oh, I'm sorry. We also have Tyler Steckenbauer and John Lewis, who are already in the 5th, 6th place, guaranteed 5th, 6th. So 2, 4, 6 players on the B side and 1 person sitting in the hot seat. Getting down to the wire.
Looks like maybe took a little player break again here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh, Jim just returned.
He's got a little glance at Kendall walking across the camera. He must have poked in here today. He's been drilling a ball in that upper left corner every single
That
break,
was
so-
probably the best break of the day. The table is the most spread out that it's been, and every ball has a hole, and nothing's touching anything. The 2-8 is as worse as it gets, but the 8 goes in this corner, lower right-hand corner, without doing anything. So he's attacking stripes to avoid that 2 ball and to try to control this rack.
Yeah, the 11 ball's got a home.
You draw back here and play the 12 in the side next. 11 ball goes in the corner.
Yeah, he might have to roll forward on that 11 if he gets on it. That could get tricky. He's going to be rolling through traffic. Yeah, so
I think he's pretty straight though.
he's got to be. Otherwise, if he runs into the 4 here, that could be trouble. He's got to get through. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
tried to cheat it. You were right. He didn't quite get all the way to where he wanted to be. And he kind of tried to cheat the angle there a little bit.
Avenue Auto, yes, we do. I mean, they got the same exact Fargo rating, so I wouldn't expect much less. And kind of like Adam was saying earlier, it goes to show you that Fargo is pretty accurate most of the time.
Especially when you have a lot of games in. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of games in, it's not. But once you have 3, 4, 5,000 games into the system, it's really accurate.
Ooh, Jim just rattled the floor.
He got very lucky, did not scratch, and side hooked him on all the stripes.
He's got the 13 available.
Well, it's only
It's
in a
kinda-
back cut or a combo,
Yeah, I think he can.
neither
back cut
of
that.
which are very pretty.
I mean, with this,
The back cut actually offers safety opportunities
Yeah, I
to
think that's-
slide your cue ball in behind the 10 and 11.
I think that's what you're going to see here.
So you could even run the 13 like into the 4, like hit it fatter and play the white ball only. But
Well, it helps him because now he's. Well, no, he didn't block that pocket as much as I
yeah,
thought
I
he
think
did.
the 4 goes both ways, honestly. It might
Mm.
sneak between the 10 and 11 to the left as well.
If you cheat the pocket, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on where you're at, I guess. But he did cover up the 2 ball, and that 2 ball's kind of been the Achilles heel of solids in this rack.
Avenue says, must be 2 of the rare honest players. There's honest players all over the place. I think. I'd hope so.
Some pool players are honest sometimes. So I don't know what he's all measuring out here. Where are we? He's looking at the 4?
I was looking at the 4.
Looking at the 4. Okay. He's trying to run into the 2, I betcha. So that's what he was looking at.
Well, he's not going at the 4 now. Now he's going at the 6.
Yeah. I think he should have went with the 4 and ran into the 2 after it came out of my mouth. But
Well, let's see. He's probably. Oh, maybe that. Uh-oh. Well, he's on the 2. Now he can draw back. And
yeah,
the
but
4
that
does-
4 better go, like we talked
Yeah.
about.
yeah, but he's got to draw back on.
And you got to work around this side pocket here on this shot.
And I tell you what, if you take that 2 and you try and draw back to the 4, not an easy shot.
No,
I mean,
not
because you
at
got
all.
to walk that all the way down past a rail with draw. That's a tough shot. So I don't.
That's why he's gonna try the 4 because he
Yeah.
thinks he'll sell out the rack trying the 2 essentially.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good
And
chance.
he's probably right.
If he takes the 4, he can come
Uh,
in between the 8 and the 9 with the Q.
Yeah, you'd want to be up table here, like maybe white ball, like right around here on the rail.
Oh, he did not
Uh,
get there.
Yeah, and just not gonna happen. It's one of those solids racks where as soon as you see that 2 ball on the rail by the 8, you almost know whoever ends up with solids is just gonna struggle to win the rack.
Yeah, it's not ideal to have a ball, especially with no ball to get there. He's got a ball there now. I mean,
Yeah,
4
I mean
ball.
now everything's open. Whoever you can't miss at this point. Oh boy, slow roll that. He is flirting with table speed.
See, now he's got to roll forward here.
Well, yeah, and that's why he wanted to
Yeah.
flirt with the speed. He knew he needed to get underneath this.
Got to be careful here. All right, he's good. He's going to leave himself some work on the 9 ball after this one. Because there's no easy way to get a short shot on it.
Yeah, I think you should just slow roll this.
Oh, no. That's like the worst possible outcome. I mean, you couldn't have drew up a worst possible place other than the pocket for that cue ball.
Again, sometimes people just accept the position for what it is.
Yeah.
Make the ball, take the cue ball from, 5.5 feet away and just take it for what it is. You'll be a lot happier with yourself than having this shot right
If he
here.
spins around, this is going to be a crazy good shot. That would have been.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking the 2 ball. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been hurting you the whole game.
Yep.
So you're
And
just really happy to be seeing this 2 ball right now.
And if you miss it, you could play a 2-way.
And he did. He
Yeah.
rolled it forward on purpose.
Yep.
This 8 will go in this right-hand side. Or corner.
Going in the
It
corner.
kept drifting. But
All right, take the lead back again. All right.
he leaned it. He leaned to the edge, but he got it. Little body English.
Used the force, as we say.
6-7. Well, both these guys say 8 ball is their favorite game, so they've been both playing since they were 12 years old. Jim says his practice schedule is shots in the side pocket. I know a lot of people, myself included, I used to hate the side pockets, and I told my coach I hate the side pockets, and he made me shoot balls into the side pockets until I love side pockets.
Well, you do what you're uncomfortable with until you become comfortable with it.
And now I can make balls that you wouldn't even think could go in a side pocket.
Yeah, I love the side pocket. Unless I'm on a valley, I really hate valley pockets on the side.
That was Jim's best break as well, but
Yeah,
it
it
was
was up.
dry. The 1-7 is the one issue, and I believe the 7 goes by the 1, so it's really not that much of a problem.
Yeah, if he's confident, I like taking the stripes here.
Most definitely. Kind of the rough part is it's a little jacked up to go to the 10.
It is.
And you don't really love that feeling coming out of,
I don't even know
The
if he's got
break.
a line to the 10. He might have to cut to 12.
honestly, the 9 might go by the 3.
Ooh.
I know that looks close, though. But if that went by, I might prefer that because there's less
that does go by the 3.
jacking up to do.
That might go by. Let me see.
So I would slow roll the 9 past the 3, and then I would probably be playing my 15 or my 14
That
in
is
my stripes.
really close. The 9 ball is. If it does go, I'm doing the 9. If it doesn't, I'm probably looking at that 12 ball.
There is an easy 6 in the side too that
Yeah,
you can't forget about, but
I don't like this. Solids.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to start trying to run the rack from that position on solids.
Yeah, stripes they look so delicious right now.
I guess you could play the 6 in the side though and take an angle on the 4 and break out the
Oh.
1-7 with the 4 ball.
He's going to have his work cut out
And
here.
he can see this 4. It's kind of peculiar spot to be in, but he's going
Yes.
to play the 3 up into the 11.
Off the 11, big pocket.
Yeah, he got a little too close to his work, even though he had a big pocket.
Yeah, 13 ball's in trouble now. I'd be trying to figure out how am I solving that right now.
Yeah, I would have played the 11 right away and solved the 9 or the 13. He had an angle to draw from the 11 into the back of the 4.
Well, he's definitely got a good draw stroke. I've already seen it today. Where
He's
he
got
can-
another angle right now too. Sorry, Patrick.
Oh, you're good.
He's
Yeah.
got 2 angles. Oh boy. You could play the 15 in the corner and bring the white ball up into the 13, or you can play the 14 in the side and bring that white ball up into the 13 or the 1. And in fact, the 14 with white ball into the 1 is very nice because it sets you up for shape on the 13 in this right-hand side. He bypassed
Was
all
not happy with that.
things. I wish they could hear me when I'm commentating, Patrick.
No, that would not be good.
No, I would mess with their heads. But
Absolutely.
this is a little bit safe there, in a way. Or he's going to play safe out of it, I should say.
Oh, did he leave the 5? Did he leave the 7? I don't know.
I think
Maybe
you could cut
7.
the 7, yeah.
I like the 7 because it solves a.
You could also bank the 3, but I mean, I just like banking balls for no reason.
It's actually a smart shot.
If
Yeah.
that 2 covered up that 15 or 12, that would have been real big.
Ooh.
Yeah, if he can see this is bad. Very bad. It doesn't even matter.
Ooh.
The fact that he just was able to get it out of the cluster.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So now you have to slow roll this down to the 3 and keep the cue ball on the top rail
Yeah, I'm just.
and make your opponent jump or kick.
Yep, I like that shot. Or even if you're confident enough, really thin the 3 with a little bit of right and lock him on the 7-5.
Yeah. Being locked behind that 7-5 is where you want to be.
Yeah.
You could have nicked the 2 as well to
Mhm.
cut the 2 to the left and then rolled your white ball down around
Yeah, I like how he played it.
underneath.
He played it nice and fat. If he
Mhm.
played it thin, like I was saying, very likely that the cue ball gets away from him.
Yeah, you don't want to leak it out.
So he did good.
And he almost made it, but you can just re-return very similar safe with the 4-3 combo. So you just play the 4-3, call it. If you don't make it, you don't make it. You shoot a two-way shot. You could just play the 4 around the 3 as well. You don't have to hit it into the 3 ball at all. So,
Yeah,
and that's why I said you could go around it, because he might have the 10 now.
he's got the 10.
Whereas if you would have went around the 3 and played all white ball and not worried about the combo at all, you at least maintain control of the situation.
He's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, this isn't too bad because you can spin this ball with the 12 and come back up to the 13 in either side, whether you go short or high.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's hard to tell, like, the shot I'd like to take. I don't know if you can take it or not here. I think the cue ball would get away from you.
2 rails around, or
No, I was thinking you could possibly hold for the 15, but I don't think that's
yeah, that's a tough
happening.
one.
You got to really slow the ball, and if you're really slowing the ball, any air, it's not going to go in. There's
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, you don't want to shoot the 12 like that
Yeah.
unconfidently or slowly and touchily,
Yeah.
either. You could run into the 2 even with this white ball after you make the 12.
He's gonna put.
You don't
some-
have to like hold it for the side. I was thinking just like that basically. Eddie made the ball. He was on a fine way to make the 13 and still see the 15. It's a little bit on the wrong side of it, but now I'm kicking down into that 3 ball. Maybe even to the 4. Probably into the 4. Or you could shave off of the side of the 1 ball and bring your white ball back in between the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, I like kicking
That might be a
Right
good
into
way
the-
to go too.
right into the 3, like you said.
You just got to make sure you don't sell out this ball here, though. So you got to make sure your white ball gets
Hey, just get the ball to the center of the table.
to center table or better.
Top center of the table, that is. He's gonna go for the 2 here. Let's see what he's left. I don't know if anything's good.
Oh
Is gonna,
boy! I mean, even to make it, it's like
that's what I'm saying.
What?
If he makes it, like, what has he got? A 3 ball combo? I mean,
Yeah, like a 3 ball combo
Yeah.
safety. Yeah, I mean that's not what you want.
you got to
mean-
run these out. You got to run them out.
This is just to set up for success here. You can play the pattern however you want. Personally, I'd play 12-15, but
No, I think he's playing it right. 8's gonna go in that upper left
I just
corner.
don't like the ball when it's so stuck in the hole. You gotta do some special stuff to get out of the hole.
This is pretty, I think, routine here. He's gonna come right up. Play it. Ooh, he hit it hard. He hit it hard.
See,
Hit it hard.
when you're stuck in the hole like that, it's not always a guarantee where the white ball's gonna travel.
Yeah, you gotta watch the
So
speed.
whereas like the 15 with a little bit of angle, like I can make that control all day long, So he's likely going to be kicking. He could try some kind of safety, but
Yeah, anything with the cue ball on the left side of the table is going to be his best option. If he leaves it over on the right side of the table, he's going to leave his opponent something. Well, he's tying-
he
tying-
buried the 8 ball, but
Yeah, he's
hey,
definitely
bury
tying-
yourself there.
Oh, it was. I thought he was about to get lucky and put that right on the nipple
Yeah.
there.
Tell you what I'm doing. I'm rubbing that 7 ball right now. I want that 7 off of my 1. I've been wanting it off of that 1 for a long time.
Yep, I'm doing just that. Oh my God, he missed.
He
the ball.
missed. It drifted.
Still didn't leave anything.
You don't want to slow roll the whole table like that either. But
Yeah.
so we'll see another safety. It's likely going to be like the exact same shot. He's just going to leave the 8 in the cluster. Try to not give him anywhere to go. Maybe even play the white ball back into the 8 ball, back into the cluster.
I think you got to get wild here. Call like a carom shot, 8 off the 1 somewhere.
I wouldn't.
Well, the reason being, and hear me out, is he's going to play a shot here. His opponent's going to control his table with ball in hand. So he either makes this 8 ball right now or he loses the
I
rack.
see what you're saying. He's going to
Yeah.
carry him off of the 1 and try to make it.
Yeah, and the only reason you do that is because if you don't make this 8 ball, regardless, you play any safe shot, whatever you play, you're losing the rack. 99% of the time. So you got to take that risk,
Well, there's safeties you could do that are
There-
beneficial to him. He got a little lucky, I think. But he should be able to make that 2 get into the hole. He might even be lined up like dead straight in between the 3 and the 7. So,
Oh my gosh!
oh boy,
How does that not work?
you gotta make sure you make it.
Craig just gave a smile over here to the booth. I mean, that
This is
was
very bankable.
Yeah.
You gotta hold it with some inside. And
nice shot, man.
Jim pockets that nicely.
And that's 8-6.
8-6. Gonna race to 10 here. Mad Apple Burger Bar and Billiard Company. Thanks to our 54 million viewers.
Let's take another look at that bank shot. That's pretty sweet. Hit this pretty good.
Just hit it with a middle ball, it looks like.
All right, Chris running the tournament today, giving some of the payouts.
Probably down to 5th, 6th by now. Something like that.
Yeah, we got at least 2 players in the 5th, 6th bracket. I don't know if the other 2 made it in there yet.
That was a good break, too.
Yeah, I got 3 players in the 5th, 6th bracket.
You got lots of movement. We could argue for either suit. Solids are a little bit more open. But you could hit this 13-15 right now and open up the 9-11.
Yeah, it's a gamble either way here.
I might power into that combo. I don't mind it more than trying to work my way into the 1 ball at some point in time. I think I'd power into these stripes and hope to improve their position.
Power into the 11-15? I mean, what are you doing?
13-15 and letting the 13 come off of the 15 and run into the 9.
Yeah, I like that.
And letting the 13 kind of do some of the work for you.
See what happened. Ooh,
And
kind of died.
Didn't quite work. Still has an angle on this 14 to come back into the 9-11 though. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. He did not get it.
Well, but that 5 is going to ruin his 13 ball.
Nope.
Nope.
Made the pocket bigger, actually.
Yeah,
so he's going to slow roll this and try to stay there for the 13.
Not an easy shot past the pocket, and the pocket got him.
Yeah, he hit it too thick. Kind of banked it off the rail a little bit.
What's a tough shot?
Yeah. He was jacked up. He got a little unwanted left-hand spin because he was jacked up. It kind of forced the ball into the rail.
All right, Craig on solids.
And the one,
solids,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and the 1 does go in the right-hand side. It's a thin hit.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
But that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, is I don't really want to play into the shape of getting to the 1 into that side.
Nice little touch shot there to get to the 7.
Kind of in the position where you either have to do that or break it out at some point.
See, I don't complicate things here. I just roll forward a little bit, play the 2 in the side.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a steep angle. I think he was hoping to have the 3, but
it's very makeable, that 2. Oh, he's going to play the 2. I don't know why you don't take the 7. That 7's going to be hard to get to now. I mean, how do you get to the 7 now?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's just thinking the 9 and 11 aren't out. The 13's somewhat covered up. And he's just trying to kind of force him to break out the 1 ball, maybe? Which he's doing right now, which I do not recommend. And he sold out the 1 to the upper left-hand corner, I believe.
That's to look at it. I don't know if that goes or not.
It's questionable. It would require throw. Six in the corner, or is he going to play it in the side?
I think the 1 does go past in between the 9 and the 11 down the corner, though.
Yes. In the side for sure.
And he can use the 3 ball to get there. Oh, not. He's got to take the 7 now.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this is one of my biggest pet peeves in pool, though, is when you shoot yourself to shape to a spot where you already were once before.
Yeah.
Drives me wild, and people do it, and I don't understand it always. I mean, obviously that wasn't his intention, but he happens
doesn't-
to be somewhere he was just a couple of minutes ago,
He's looking
and
at
he
that.
didn't.
He's looking at the one in between, and he didn't like it. So
Yeah.
I wonder why it. Maybe it doesn't go.
I think it goes in the side only, and
Yeah.
it does not come past the 11 into this lower right-hand corner.
If he doesn't take the 7 now, I'm gonna be really
Yeah.
questioning. Like, what
Yeah.
is?
He's going to roll up for the 4. Oh,
Wow.
what in the world? He
Well,
took
we
a
know he
huge
wasn't-
risk,
we
but
know he wasn't playing that shape.
he was going 3 rails around to break it. He was, actually. Well, not that shape. No, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't trying to get on the one there.
Yeah, he wanted to get it out.
Yeah, he didn't like where the one was sitting. You could tell by his body language.
You can't bank this ball either because the 3's in the way. So, like, your 1 rail bank up into the upper left corner's gone. He's sitting in a really awkward position where you might almost have to make the 10 ball and try to cut the 1 in the upper left corner all at the same time.
Yeah, I think banking the 4 into the 10 is probably his best bet. He can't cut
Oh.
the 1 enough.
Yeah, you could bank the 4 into the 10.
Or if you're really, really
You don't think he
brave.
can back cut this one that
No.
way?
Not without hitting the 9 first.
Hmm.
I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, he
Yeah,
can definitely hit the
You're right.
1.
So he's going to play a 2-way shot with the 4.
He's playing safe. It's a good shot.
No, the 11 banks and cuts.
And he's actually got the 13 too, I think.
Yeah, he's going to regret that.
Yeah, I would not want to give Jim this shot.
When your opponent's up on you at 2.
And this is to get to the hill.
I wouldn't have wanted to let that rack go in that position in that way. I like your shot a lot better, banking the 4 into the 10 and pocketing it. Putting the cue ball down here on this 13 or something like that.
Ooh. See what Craig can do with this. He's got an opportunity. I mean, he's got the 3 ball. Not the easiest of
This
shots.
requires a ton of touch,
Yeah.
but you can make the 10 ball with the 1 and snooker the cue ball onto the 9. Instead, he rolled with
Oh my God! Look
mass
where that
amounts of forward
at
and
where that
almost
ball
scratches
sits.
in the corner.
that ball is sitting more off the table than it is on. So I don't know how it's on the table.
It's really deep.
Yeah, this is as deep as you can get a ball. You can't get it any deeper. I think if Jim just waits, that ball falls in. Okay, what is... Okay, so
He's trying to measure out the scratch.
I think he's looking at the carom or something. What is
No,
it?
he's going to do the 11 in the side. He's looking at the tangent line to see if it scratches in the corner, runs into the 13, or avoids the 13. So he's just going to slow roll this up. But he got worried about the scratch. And he should have drawn the 11 and went down to get to the 13 in this lower right-hand corner.
Well, this is the first time in this game that the table is really opened up for either player. So there's a definite out here for Craig.
He definitely lucked out to be seeing this table.
Nice stroke there. Again, using that 1 ball for his money ball, he could be getting a little awkward for him. Because when you got the ball sitting in the pocket, you really got to pay attention to where you're hitting the ball.
I mean, it is fortunate
Yeah.
this one's not super deep, so you can go like rail first or like
Yeah.
use top Englishes and stuff. But for the most part, you got to draw out of here,
Yeah, there's 2 ways to get out of this one. Right here.
and you just got to make sure you pick the right speed because there's a lot of pockets for the 8.
Yeah.
Just getting on a good side of the 8 is all that matters, really. And he's a little bit.
He's perfect.
He's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go a little further.
Just rolling over a bit. This is to get back within one.
And
Oh,
he missed it.
no.
He
Oh,
kind of chicken armed that one. I don't know if you saw that.
we are
just
going to take a look again at
he moved his elbow real strong in the stroke. That chicken winging of the arm kind of threw the shot off.
Let's see. We'll take a look at it again.
Yeah, we'll let Jeff run this table here. He's got a good angle on this. Well, actually, he's a little flat, a little jacked up flat, but he's going to be fine. Just got to make this and pop out to the rail or to the middle of the table.
So,
See his
Oh, yeah.
right arm, and
Yeah, it
you
kinda
know how
slipped.
it all like swung out to the right, and
Yeah.
then the tip shoots to the left.
yeah, it swung out.
Yeah, it's a real common mistake that can be made in pool, and
Yeah, that shot right there was to get to the hill. He makes that and he's out. So
yeah,
he just left
Sup-
Craig a straight in 8-ball almost.
surprised he didn't get that one. He shot a little fast, I would say, but we were talking.
All right, he
Well,
didn't rattle that one. He got it
Says,
down.
I only missed it once. I won't miss it twice. So 8-7.
Keeping it true, keeping it close. It doesn't get any closer at this point in the match. So, who do you have taking this match? Folks, let us know in the chat. You got Jim on top, our reigning Knights champion, or the newcomer, Craig? Who's taking it down?
It's kind of a soft break.
Yep.
The balls aren't really touching, but there's a lot to navigate yet. You know, close quarters kind of stuff.
Taking stripes.
Yeah, I think I'm taking stripes too. And I'm probably starting with that 10 ball, trying to get that 5 off of my 11.
That would be nice.
Got to angle for it. You could even maybe play a short side
I think
on
he's
it if
taking
you
this-
want.
he's taking-
Just
He's taking a 7-ball here.
is he? Okay.
Well, that's where he's aimed at.
I mean, you can get the 3 out of there. I don't know. There's probably more work to be done from that position, but it's still doable.
Yeah, each suit here, has got his issues, so
The 914 is kind of the toughest part about the stripes.
why not 12 ball is
Well, and the
completely
12,
locked.
Yeah, but if the 7 moves, the 12 isn't locked anymore, though, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As soon as the 7's gone, the 12's got holes, so...
He's definitely doing his homework here, looking at the layout. I always like to see that players walking around. And you got to ask those questions, like, if the 7 does move, yeah, the 12's got a home. Helps you develop the rack.
I think he needs to slow down. He kind of rushed that last rack to go to the hill.
Ooh, this is going to be good. Look
And
at
it was
that.
a rack that I think he should have had. So he's trying to finally just get things opened up without making a mistake along the way.
I think that 3 ball does sneak in the side if he
The
needs
5
it.
ball goes right now too. So
Yeah.
you have a natural line up into this 3, either to shape for it or to run into it, which I like running into
Ooh,
it.
That really opens up the 7.
Yeah.
Everything's open now.
And now you can play your 1.
Now he's got
The
to focus
6
on
is
the
a
8.
little bit of an issue.
No, that goes by the 11 right now. I think.
I don't know if it goes.
Yeah, I'm looking right down at it. It goes.
Okay. So yeah, if that goes,
Yeah,
then he's
barely.
better off than I think.
Half a pocket. I mean, it's tight.
Um,
Well, it must not go. If he's not shooting it, I'm gonna say it doesn't go, because if it goes, you shoot it right now. I mean, otherwise,
You could play the 7 or draw. No, it's got too much angle.
no.
I'm telling you, I think the shot's just to play the 1 ball and to bring the white ball close to where it is right now. Maybe even to the back of the 9.
Yeah, we gotta think if the 6 does go. What I'm saying, if the 6 does go, you gotta play it now, because if you play the 1, then there's a chance you're not getting on the 6. Like, I mean, you're not gonna get better than you are right now.
Yes, if
So,
the 6
yeah.
goes, you do play it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so-
you're correct.
So he's got that. Ooh, can he float out for the 7? That's gonna be.
Yeah, he can because
Yeah, he's got to get to kind of where he's
he's
pointing.
got a natural angle over there. If anything, he can
Mm.
get too high and get like the wrong angle.
He can't forget about the 8 though.
He's got to be careful to like stay low actually here.
Yeah, but he's got to look at the 8.
And he did. He left himself.
Yeah, even if he gets out though, what I'm saying.
Well, the
is
8 goes by the 14.
I don't know that it does. Let's look at the overhead. Usually, you
And
can
it
tell
goes
the
here.
overhead. The 8 does go by the.
It goes here and up there. So it goes in both corners. And maybe even that corner if you get really lucky. Banking it for sure. So it's got 2 or 3 holes. So you don't necessarily have to move it, is what I'm saying. You could have rolled up for that 7 softer, and played a different
Yeah,
pattern.
he's got to worry about making the 3 ball right now. I mean, that's tough on the 3.
It is, and the problem is your white ball's going to want to slide behind the 15,
Yep.
and he knows it. So you have to kind of like power draw the shot
That 12
off of the 15.
That 12 must have moved, because I could have swore the 7 went past up in the upper left corner, but I don't think it does go. That was a nice
And there he
shot.
does it. He power draws off of it, but yick, just
Does this 7 ball go?
I do
past
think
12?
it passes.
I remember looking at it earlier, like it did pass, but I was like,
Things did get moved a little bit.
I think that 12 got
Um,
moved.
Yeah, he moved it a little bit, but I think it's good.
So I think that's a foul.
I
You can't. So where he's putting his stick, you can't put a chalk like as an aim point. I saw somebody get called for it on TV.
You're not supposed to be able to
Yeah.
let go of your cue. You're
Yeah.
supposed to have to maintain grip
Yeah, you can't put it on the
on
table
the cue.
and
Yeah.
look at the line.
They might call you for it in Vegas if you're shooting some very serious things, but
Yeah.
here at the Mad Apple, his opponent doesn't
Yeah.
care too much. That was close. The 7 was close. He knew it was close to making it by the 12.
Didn't really have a
Um,
good shot on the 8 though.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have made it by the 14. I don't think it does. So you're definitely going to start out with this 13, and then for me, I'm playing a safety next. I'm going to pocket his 7 and not let him see the 8 ball.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm probably going to do it with that 10 ball that's over there on the rail.
And then play the 9 with ball in hand and bust it
Yeah,
down.
and
Yeah.
fix my problems and get
Mhm.
myself on a little run of my own.
I like this too. I mean, because he's leaving that 13 as like a safety valve, but I like what you're saying. You know, even this, was it the 12 ball?
Mm-hmm.
The 12 or the 10? Probably the 12 ball, maybe. Play it right into the 7, just roll forward and keep him completely hooked from the 8.
Yeah, the more stuff you can keep him from kicking at it with, too, you know.
Yeah.
If you can like keep the 11 in the way of the kick to the 8,
Yeah, maybe, play
like
a
make
10.
this 12 with like super straight English
Looks like he's
and
trying
roll
to,
the white ball all the way into the corner.
I think he's trying to run out.
I think he's looking at whether there could be a run out, but everything's lining up to this shot, which is like what? The draw through the object ball and make it in the same hole shot. That's a tough shot.
Mm.
It doesn't like to go very often. You got to hit it really pure.
Yeah, I like the safe shot. I mean, I think that's the smart play. The reason I like that shot is because there's no reason to
Yeah.
run out here. You
If you
control
like
the
stop
table.
shot safe right
Yeah.
now, you take away a lot.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's okay.
I like that.
He's got one kick, but he's jacked up over the 10.
And here's another beauty of this shot.
It's gonna break out the 914.
Exactly, your
Yeah.
opponent is doing your work.
Yeah.
and you're likely to get ball in hand. If he hits the 14 first and busts everything out, and you get ball in hand, jackpot.
Yeah.
You know.
Even if he hits this 8 first, I don't think it's going in. And the likelihood of Stripes having a pretty good opportunity is high.
And you know what? Honestly, if I'm Jim right now, and I can pocket that 9 ball on the side, because that's a bust out ball. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm doing that. Take a pawn off the table. And that's what he might be doing. Because if you do the work for Craig here and bust it up,
you could try to slow roll the 9 into the 14 and make it like so neither ball go, but that's really hard.
Oh yeah, it's precision. Yeah, if that 9 goes,
he's just lining up his kick, and I think this 8 would carry him off of the 14 and track towards the lower left corner. I don't know if that's where he called it.
Well, so
and he miscued and gave up ball in hand and opened up everything like we talked about.
Yep. Let's start with the 11 ball here.
8-8 could be.
I like starting with the 11 ball here, and then everything else is in the open.
Yeah, I agree. And not in the form of a combo in the upper right-hand corner.
Correct. Yeah, just play it, and then honestly, if you can get great shape on the 9 or the 14, not start knocking those down, because the 10 and the 12 are pretty much ducks. So there he goes. I like this. I like using the 10 as my last ball if I can.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, is he trying to play something on the side?
Yeah, the 9 on the side, and then the 14 on the side after.
Yeah, I like it. That works very, very well.
He could also started with that 9 in this lower right-hand corner and stopped and froze behind the 14, but
yeah,
this all works just the same.
Yeah, it only works if you get out. Ooh, that was risky. I'm surprised at that shot. I thought he was going to roll forward.
I thought you would just slow roll forward too, but I guess I didn't see the angle. And I don't think I would do this either, but to each their own. I wouldn't be reaching out over there like that on my last ball.
It's risky. I like trying to get straight on the 10.
Yeah, or even a touch of angle.
Yeah, just a little angle. Not much. If he is really a finesse shot.
Unless he slide this over so he can.
All right, that worked.
All right. He just threw it in. It was all English.
He can go to the bottom and play on the side. He could draw back and play it down low. Wherever he feels comfortable here.
I definitely draw back about 3-4 inches myself, but
I like to draw. I'm more comfortable with drawing this ball. And see, if you do roll forward, you're probably playing it in the side. Oh no. There's no way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more of a punch shot down to the lower rail to create that angle to get underneath the 8. So yeah,
this is tough. This is not a give me shot here. Well, after this 8 ball goes down, we only have 3 games left max.
Uh-oh. He missed it.
No, he almost rattled it in.
Yes, it was close.
Ouch. Craig just looked over the booth, smiled. He he left himself bad on the 8th, so. All right, Jim, first one to the hill.
9-7. It's a big turn. 8-8, 9-7. That was a humongous 8 ball.
Yeah.
For Craig.
Yeah, pressure's on Craig now. He's got to win 3 straight in order to take down the current knight. And I think has that been done today? 3 straight wins. I think Greg had 3 straight wins in the beginning of the match. So he's done it once.
Where were we at last? Let me try to think.
It was like 2-0, and then Craig was up 3-2. I think,
we've
or
never
something.
been up more
Yeah.
than 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
If somehow Jim won this, it would be the largest lead of the match
Yeah.
at 3.
But yeah, what I was
But the
asking
match
is
should
if
also be over.
is Craig won 3 in a row,
Oh,
and he has earlier in the match. He did win 3 in a row.
yeah. When he was down 3-5, I think he got up 6-5, didn't he?
It was
Potentially
it was around that
something like that.
area. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was like it could have been down. He was down 2-0, then was up 3-2,
3-2. Yeah, that might
or-
have been the spot.
or could have been 3.
He might have done it
1.
twice, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Now that you think about it.
But I know both players have put together some games, consecutively. Like Jim, I think just put together like 4 in a row. I think, right?
Because it was
Yeah.
7-5, wasn't it? Yeah. You're right. He did win the last 4 racks.
Yeah, he's been putting them together here.
And
That's what a champion does when it gets down to the wire.
He's about to try to steal this last one real quick before the guy even knows what's happening.
Yeah, that one ball's in some trouble.
Yeah, it is.
What's he gonna do with the one ball?
He's trying to create angle on the 3, I think, to go there, but he didn't get any. The 4 goes in the side, so I would slow roll this. If you get enough angle, you can bump into the 9 and still leave yourself a shot on the 2. Oh boy, you could do that. Now I'm thinning the 2 and I'm putting the cue ball on the rail up underneath or above the 2 and the 4.
Just because it's a fun shot and I want to see it. 4 ball in the corner. Kick for it. 2-4 combo.
2-4 kick combo.
I just want to see it.
Oh, he bumped the 9.
Oh, he did bump the 9.
Yeah,
So
he shaved into the 9.
that was a good catch. I barely saw that until you said it.
This is interesting. This is another spot where I might play the 13 and try to break the 15 out
I
with
think
my white ball.
See, I just put my cue ball right there and play the 15 up. And then I shoot over to my 12
Mm-hmm.
or the 9. And then the 12.
You can do that if you don't mind the space.
Yeah, you're really cramped,
Yeah.
you know.
The reason that I don't mind spraying into the 1 ball, though, is because the 12 and the 9 and the 10 and the 15, there's like so many options beyond that shot.
Well, he's opened everything up here except for the
but
8
he did
ball.
it off the wrong ball, and now it tied up the 8 ball. But that's okay. He can play that 13 and
And he's got
break
13.
that later.
13 helps
Or
him
the
out.
15. Or the 15. If he gets the right lines on something.
Yeah, solids are in trouble here. They're both locked up.
And I think he got the line into the 1 ball right now. Or 8.
Ooh.
Super power follow.
Yeah, he's got to really push through it. He didn't push through it, though.
No, he did not. He should have hit it harder. Super forward follow. He didn't listen. He still got an okay shot on the 14. It is a little awkwardly angled. He could draw and come back for this 10 in the lower left. You could drift forward, but you'd have to take the 10 in the side next. And he went 2 rails on the draw, which actually was a really pretty shot. And he's trying to figure out if he can make the 8 or not. I think he should shoot for the angle to use the 15 to run back into the 1 and the 8 myself.
That's what I'm doing. I mean, it's your only prayer, really.
Yeah, I mean, just you could have maybe there's a rail first shot in that 8, or like
Well, the 8 does bank as long as you get perfect on it.
That's
you know?
true. You could do the side break or
He's gonna
side bank.
is he gonna be cut off here? Does he got? He's got it.
And he might be drawing this ball to bank it. You're right
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. I think you pull back, and you want so you either want to get below this 8, like on our side of the table. When I'm saying below the 8, like as you're looking at the screen. So he wants the cue ball below the 8. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
wow. Some kind of safety thought, but that did not translate very well.
Hmm.
And potty break it is.
All right, we got a few minutes to kill.
Jim's on the hill and running to the bathroom and seeing if he can end this match right here, maybe.
But, I like how he took his break when he's supposed to on his shot. It really drives me nuts when a player, you get up to shoot and then they go and take a break. So
Sometimes you
good
got to
on
get in your
Jim.
opponent's head, though, Patrick. Every once in a while,
Yeah.
you got to frame the guy. I did it to MH. He wasn't happy.
Oh, really?
It was the only way I could stay in the match, though.
I don't remember that. You took your break when it was his shot?
Oh, yeah, I just put him right on ice. I just walked out, and I had a cigarette. I was like, it was on the stream. I think I might even said, you can keep shooting.
Did you win?
And he chose not to. No, he won 13-10.
He did win. Okay.
It was a good set.
Oh, that was a while ago, huh?
Like a year and a half ago, maybe. Yeah, a year ago or something.
Yeah. All right, so Jim.
All right, so he's back.
And what's Jim's on? Okay, so yeah, he's on
He just said
solids.
safe. He's slow rolling this too without
I like
doing
it.
anything. Might even kind of bank it with a tiny bit of draw. If he would have looked, though, the angle on that 4 back into that 1 isn't bad, right? Look at that cue ball right now. If he would made the 2 and he had this, look at how nicely you can cut the 4 in and work your way into the other ball,
I think it's, I always look at like you said, risk versus gain.
Yeah.
Right now, I think more of the risk is put on Craig right now.
Oh, yeah. If he doesn't
Mhm.
make this or find safe, it's
Yeah.
it's essentially over.
Yeah, never. Yeah, if you can avoid taking risk, take it out of the equation. Like there was no risk really in the shot he just took.
Mm-hmm.
There's just none.
The only thing is he does have a 1 rail. I mean, I could make this 15. The problem is I'm probably not getting on the 8, even if I had made the 15.
He made a really nice shot there.
That was a good shot because it tied the 1 up again, and the 1 had a hole. Now the 1 does not have a hole. So he's going to thin this 4, probably not trying to make it again, putting the cue ball down here on the right-hand rail behind the 8, 1, and 15. Or not. He just slow rolled up, tiny hit, easy safety. Didn't have to do any of what I thought.
See, I'm always thinking about developing the table.
See, but you know what I do right now is I put his 4 in underneath my 15. Or like that, the 1 underneath the 8, and make his life like worse.
I don't know if I'd like giving up ball in hand right there.
If you had made sure he had a triple combo though, like 8 to 1 to 15 to 4, and none of them went, you'd be in a pretty darn good position.
He's going to try to bank this ball. This is what we call risking it for the biscuit.
I'm thinking he's thinking he can avoid hitting the 15 and still have a safe enough white ball that if it doesn't go in, he's okay. And that is true, as long as you don't run into the 15.
This is not a give me bank. He's playing safe.
Oh,
Oh,
man, you
he
need to hit that harder.
Yeah, I liked what he was doing. He was trying to develop the table, but
Yeah.
he did not develop that one ball at all.
And he kind of just like sold the bank instead because he didn't get his white ball into like a good enough spot.
Yeah, the 15 ball is right there, and he drills it.
Yeah, and he's coming around 3 rails for shape.
Wow. Yeah,
But I don't know if that goes.
That might be a compression shot. Do you know how
I think
to do
it's
that?
you might have to cross bank that.
You're right. I don't think that goes at all. Unless he can push it through the nipple.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. But it's... Oh, ball in hand again.
Oh, and now he's got solids.
Okay. So this is either you get out or you lose
Or you
here.
lose. But there's ways to take away his kicks. He's gonna play the bank now.
He's playing it safe again. I know he's calling it. He is calling the bank.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there. They both drilled one in the side.
It's game over.
Yep. Got to hit this nice and soft.
Yeah.
No speed required here. Ooh, wiped its feet a little bit.
And there we have it, folks. Jim Rusnick.
Is this it? This is for the match, huh?
Running away with 4th week in a row.
Oh, he's getting close to his work.
Flirting with everything, trying to keep us on our seat. But
All right, there it is.
There we have it.
All right, another match in the books. Adam, appreciate you joining me in the booth today.
Thanks for having me, Patrick. I appreciate it.
Been a pleasure. It's hard to do this without somebody in the booth, so I really do appreciate
When
it.
you talk to yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
I might be really good at it. I'm kind of crazy. I got a lot of split personalities.
I was doing it for a little while, and then I noticed. I was like, oh, sorry, people, I'm back. I was like zoning out.
Oh,
And-
yeah, I know, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I've been gone for a while. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
back now.
But okay, well, hey, next week, folks, we are off for Whammo. We'll be up in Green Bay, so there's no King of the Hill. There is no King's Court matches next week, but we will be back the week after that, and we'll have some great matches for you. So look forward to seeing y'all back, and have a good 2 weeks.
All right, thanks. Have a good one, everybody.